You're watching Dr. Pepper Championship Week.
Our house, our terms, we deal the cards. Yes, we deal the cards. Are we good? Yes, sir. Hey, are we freaking ready? Yes, sir. Indeed, on team. No, finish up. Strong. The Golden Knights. 1-0. Family on one.
John Summerall always as demonstrative as he needs to be, which is always on 100, Roddy. They're going to have to be excited to play against the #1 offense in UNT in the country in total offense and scoring offense, led by Drew Mestemaker, who, believe it or not, was a 0-star prospect coming out of high school.
He's the best story in college football, and he leads an offense that's really a three-headed monster. But it starts with the quarterback, Drew Mestemaker. You mentioned the story. Didn't start in high school, but as he's taken over as North Texas quarterback, he's shown great poise and accuracy. Doesn't matter if someone's coming for him in the pocket, moves up and delivers the ball at a place where his receiver can catch it and do something after the catch. But he is a running back in Caleb Hawkins that screams NFL back. He's 6'2", over 200 pounds with great vision and feet. And did I mention he's over 200 pounds? Because when he comes through the hole, he makes linebackers and secondary members make business decisions. Got great physicality and ability to break tackles. But they've got a guy on the outside, too, who's dangerous. Wyatt Young, 3rd in the country in receiving yards. The thing you need to know about this guy, yards after catch. 2nd nationally in yards after catch. He makes 5 defenders miss on this catch and takes it to the house. He is phenomenal with the ball in his hands.
Young and Hawkins both over 1,200 yards receiving and on the ground, a balanced offense. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ledger, Tulane comes in 6-0. They're undefeated here at home during the season. Quarterback Jake Retzloff has been one of the great turnaround stories in all of college football going back a year.
He really has. Last year at BYU goes 11-2 as the starter, comes over for Tulane and is now 10-2 this year. This guy is 21-4 over the last 2 years as a starter. He's got great legs, and his ability to run is something that makes him really dangerous. He's gotten comfortable and accurate in this offense as the season has gone on, and he's looking to have a big game here tonight.
We'll have the opening kickoff in just a moment. As you look at that, folks, sometimes you're on the right train but the wrong track. Both these teams looking to get on that college football playoff track.
Denton to New Orleans, a lot of green in between. A color that at first blush can mean a wave of hope punctuated with a dream. Sacred and associated with beginnings and stability, but sometimes it's not as simple as it seems. Of course not. It's not easy being green. But green light can still color you bad, causing most to feel green with envy, despondent, and sad. Is it possible to imagine the unforeseen in between a green wave or a mean green? That's obscene!
Possibilities in between under the lights at Yulman Stadium. Welcome to the American Football Championship, presented by LLH Healthcare as part of Dr. Pepper Championship Week. Tulane winning the toss, deferring to the second half, so North Texas, the mean green, will receive. Dalton Carnes back deep, along with Simeon Evans. First meeting of the season between these two teams. They did not meet during the regular season due to unbalanced scheduling. And the green wave, pardon me, the mean green will take it 1st and 10 from their 25. Let's go down to Q.
From bypass to embrace, the Drew Mestemaker story. As you said, he never played a high school football game starting as a quarterback. He was a safety and a punter, but he had the dream to be a college quarterback. And so he sent some tape. He did a FaceTime call with Coach Drew Morris, eventually throwing in person in front of Coach Morris. Well, that got him a walk-on scholarship, a walk-on being the 4th string quarterback, Mark, a guy who they'd bring into camp as an arm. Last year, he apprenticed under Chandler Morris, now the Virginia quarterback, and he became the starter in their bowl game. And all he's done this year as the full-time starter is lead the country in passing yards.
Sounds like a 30 for 30, Quint. I don't know, at some point, or at least a Disney movie at some point. It'll be 1st and 10. There's a look at Drew Mestemaker, pardon me. Mestemaker completing over 71% of his passes, completing. First and 10 out of the shotgun. And they'll hand it off to their tailback, Caleb Hawkins. Eric Morris, the head coach, put together the team's winningest season in school history, third season on the sidelines. Take over to Oklahoma State after this game and right back at the line of scrimmage, as is the custom for UNT. Under pressure, Nestemaker on the move and runs out of bounds out at about the 36. That'll be enough for the first down. Chris Rogers pushing Nestemaker out of bounds.
They were trying to take a shot down the field to Wyatt Young, the excellent receiver, but Jack Chinchu, the safety, got over the top. Nestemaker, who's not known as a running threat, but certainly is capable in that area, gets the first down.
They'll go tempo. Hawkins over the left side, broke a tackle. There's an example of his strong running style, and he's slow to get up. Picked up about 5 on the play, ran for over 1,200 yards total on the season. Took a big hit, and that pass incomplete. It'll be second down and about 5 to go. 3rd and 5 now.
Showed the replay on that play of Caleb Hawkins. He's coming off the field, favoring that right arm, that shoulder that he hit the safety on. But on this 3rd down, they've got Wyatt Young, the excellent receiver, lined up in the backfield. There he is, next to Drew Nestemaker.
Their most productive receiver this season. The pass complete into Tulane territory at about the 48, caught by Sides. One more look at the play a moment ago with Caleb Hawkins. I mentioned he was slow to get up, the result of that hit.
Yeah, Bailey Despaney, the safety, tries to get down under Caleb Hawkins, not quite able to get low enough as Hawkins runs him over, but Hawkins came up a little bit favoring that right arm, that right shoulder that he was able to make that contact with. He's still not in the game now.
Kiefer Sibley is in the ball game, Roddy, in his place. An 11-yard pickup on that previous play. Down to the 48. Pass complete at the 42. Nestemaker finds another one of his targets. This time it's Terrence Lewis. And they move the chains again. A pickup of 13.
Drew Nestemaker, his ability to dissect what's happening in the defense quickly and see space, deliver the football, that's really what's made him special. Obviously there's ability to run the ball, there's ability with his arm to manipulate throws, throw at different levels, but I think it's his processing power, the quickness with which he dissects the defense that makes him special.
They run a hybrid of that air raid offense. So they're going to give it to Sibley, trying to get around the corner, squares his shoulders and turns upfield. Nice gain brought down by Shine. A pickup of 7 on the play. So we're going to see a bunch of Sibley now that Hawkins is out of the game.
This is him coming out of the game. You can see him favoring that shoulder.
Boy, what a stunning development, Roddy, to start the game. So we'll have to track that.
He is a special running back. This offense is still able to be high octane without him, but the thing that's made this offense difficult is their ability to run the football and stay balanced.
Looked like they had a little malfunction in the backfield, and Nestemaker carries it down to the 25-yard line, picked up 2. It's a pretty good runner.
Yeah, but the backup Kiefer Sibley just completely goes the wrong way. Everybody's going to run outside zone to the right, and he goes to the left.
Flags on the field.
False start, offense, the right yard, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
This is the play before on 1st down where Drew Nestemaker's looking to the left. You can see all the offensive linemen are looking to the right. All the offensive linemen are going to the right. Drew Nestemaker's like, where are you going, bud? The play's supposed to go this way, but the penalty sets up another 3rd medium. They had this before. They were able to deliver and convert. And they do it again.
Sibley in the backfield. They're going to run it. And that's going to be enough for the first down just across the 25-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. That was Sibley. Back quickly at the line of scrimmage. Mestemaker complete. That's Young, his #1 target, and that's what he does best. He gives you yards after catch inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Missed tackle on the play by Javion White.
724 yards after catch this year for Wyatt Young, and that's a big reason why this North Texas offense has so many drives. 30 scoring drives of 75 yards or more. 99-yard drive to start the game last week against Temple.
On 2nd and 5, Young in motion. Mestemaker pulls it out, goes into the end zone, open, and overshoots his receiver Wyatt Young, who was open on the play behind TJ Smith. So that's a throw he probably wants back right now. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Man, this is a tremendous route by Wyatt Young, who just absolutely twists up the defender, TJ Smith. Smith was going one way. Wyatt Young had him on a post corner. Drew Mestemaker, a rare miss, although that's the area of the field where he has been the least effective this year. Throwing deep, 20 yards deep or more to the left side of the field. That's where he struggled in terms of throwing deep.
Good news for UNT. Hawkins back in the ball game, gets the call and powers his way close to the first down. They'll need a favorable spot. It looks like they've gotten one here, Roddy. Enough to move the chains, so Caleb Hawkins comes back in the ball game, immediately gets a carry. And that'll be 1st down and 10.
And Mark, that's the best thing you can do. And you get a little dinged up in the shoulder and you get back in the game, you want to carry. You want to test that shoulder, get it a little hit, and get back into the rhythm of the game. It's a nice job, as we've got a stoppage right now by the officials. I believe they're going to measure this.
Let's go down to Quinn.
For Hawkins, nothing a little massage or medication can't handle. His helmet stayed on the entire time, but the medical staff massaging his shoulder and then giving him some kind of unidentified pill, I guess. It looked like some kind of painkiller that he swallowed, and now he's back in the game. So good news for North Texas fans. The freshman out of Shawnee, Oklahoma, back in the ball game.
Well, he's an important part of their offense. We've already told you the goal is to get him between 25 and 35 touches per game. There's a look at the measurement, and wow, that much short.
I think our referee's fingers were a little far apart. I mean, it
was less than that.
Looked like it was less than that. That's about as tight as it gets. Coach Eric Morris a little fired up about it. He wanted a little bit better spot. It's 2 third downs, 3rd and mediums that they've run the ball. They're leaving the offense on the field, and when you have a 220-pound back and Caleb Hawkins, I don't know why you wouldn't. They also have what has been the best offensive line in the American so far this season. I'd imagine it's going to 24.
4th and inches. They're going to throw it on 4th and inches. Mestemaker complete, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down to Miles Coleman, his childhood football buddy. They've been pitching and catching going back to grade school, elementary school.
Well, it's just a really nice job of using their outside receiver to create a natural pick. You can see the defender, Jack Chinchu, off of Miles Coleman, the 5'6" receiver. His quickness in the open field is something that is really dangerous, particularly in those situations where you have man-to-man coverage and you have to navigate over a receiver and a defender.
1st down and 10. 14th play of the drive. Hawkins going to be stopped up close to the line of scrimmage. McAlpine, 1-yard pickup probably on the game.
It's a really nice play by Cameron Hamilton, the defensive end for Tulane. Stands up the tackle, forces Caleb Hawkins back inside.
Roddy, this offense for UNT is so balanced, and they've been so efficient in the red zone this year. Look at that.
56 touchdowns in the red zone. As you said, ruthlessly efficient. If you can force a field goal here, it'd be a big win for this Tulane defense.
On 2nd and 9, Mestemaker fires, caught, touchdown, Trey Williams. And the visitors strike first.
So you're going to get an out route from Trey Williams, but the defender that's trying to cover him is that defensive end. You've got Harvey Dyson trying to get underneath the receiver all the way to the pylon. Just a nice job of recognition by Drew Mestamaker, seeing leverage and delivering for a touchdown.
Looks like a little bit of a mismatch, yes or no?
Absolutely. I mean, it's bad coverage against that route, but you take a chance, sometimes you get burned.
The visitors strike first. Williams, you can just call today trade day. 7-0 for UNT when we come back. And welcome back, everyone, to Yulman Stadium here in New Orleans. The winner of this game in the American Championship goes to the college football playoff. And we have a de facto play-in game with UNT leading 7-0. Trey Williams with a touchdown reception a moment ago, leading that #1 offense in the entire country. That was their longest drive of the season a moment ago as they continue to break new ground. From the 2, TJ Smith. And Smith upended just shy of the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. The quarterback, Jake Retzloff, the BYU transfer, on the season completing 63% of his passes with 14 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. He is the heart and soul of that offense. And what a story after transferring from BYU. It was a case of having to act real quickly. Only had 38 days to learn the entire playbook while being occupied taking 4 classes to become eligible. Well, what a season it's been for him in the offense. They're going to run it on 1st down. McClure over the left side of that offensive line and picked up about 4. Weslowski making the tackle on the play.
It's a Tulane team that's facing a North Texas defense that ranks 127th in the country in rush defense. Their ability to run the ball is going to be huge.
Retzloff out of the shotgun, delivers a strike, complete to McClure, showing his receiving skills to move the chains. 1st down and 10.
The other part of that, Mark, part of the rushing of the football, Jake Retzloff has not been a big part of the run game the last 3 games. Got dinged up against Memphis, had been wearing a brace on his knee. That brace is off, and let me tell you, yesterday when we talked to him, he was fired up that they had taken off the governor for his ability to run.
Big part of his total game. McClure trying to get to the edge. Couldn't quite get there, corralled at the 40-yard line by Quentin Hammonds. Pick up a 4 on the play.
And right there is where a lot of people have been able to attack North Texas defensively when they're running the ball. It's getting on the edges. North Texas's defensive ends, or whoever has contained, going to have to set hard edges and turn everything back inside.
2nd and 6. Play fake by Retzloff. Downfield. Caught, completed the 45, and a 1st down to Omari Hayes, who squeezed it under duress. A 15-yard gain. Good catch, Roddy.
Very good catch. Really good delivery by Jake Retzloff. Just man-to-man coverage against the nickel, Quentin Hammonds. And Retzloff puts it away from the 6'1" defender where Omari Hayes can snag it.
1st and 10 from the 46. They're going to keep it on the ground. McClure, Gordon with nowhere to go that time. Brought down right around, or maybe a 1-yard loss on the play.
That's what I'm talking about, Mark. Controlling the blocker. That time, Kevion Huddleston does a nice job of controlling the tackle so he can get his outside arm free and bring down the runner before he gets outside.
Back to the 47. 2nd and 11. Retzloff pulls it out, throws a dime, and a 1st down at the 25 to Momahat. Momahat with a nice catch and a gain of 22.
This is a tremendous throw. It's an RPO. They roll the coverage, and this delivery by Jake Retzloff into the body of the receiver so that the corner can't get there. Safety's rolling away, and Garrett Momahat, who we were told was going to be a bigger part of this offense, makes his 1st catch of the game.
Lewis Jr. in motion. Retzlaff pulls again behind his intended receiver, Trey Shackelford. Sets up a 2nd down and 10. Boy, both these teams playing high tempo.
Yes, they are. And we talked about running the football being a big part of what Tulane was going to try to do. North Texas has been bringing a safety down into the box to try and help out with that. So Tulane has just said, all right, we're going to throw the ball. This time, though, under center, 2 tight ends in the game.
Little 12 personnel. They keep it between the tackles. Gain of about 3 on the play by Gavin Gordon. Brought down by Hayes. 3rd down coming up. Talking about the lack of success that UNT defense has had against the rush. Really jumps off the page at you.
Yes, it does. Now, they've played some really good rushing offenses. 4 of the top 15 rushing offenses nationally. That doesn't change the stats. The stats are the stats. And Tulane pointed them out to us. But these 3rd downs are going to be so big. Tulane's ability to stay on the field and convert. And with an empty set, North Texas has to be aware of Jake Retzlaff's running ability.
He's the team's leading rusher. Throws it. Complete. Right around the 15-yard line, close to the 1st down. Amari Hayes with another nice catch for 7 yards. Let's see where they spot this.
They spot it just short.
Yep.
That big line at the 15-yard line is the 1st down. They're about, I don't know, 2 feet short. It's less than a yard.
Offense going to stay on the field.
Although, based on that angle, I think it might have crossed that line.
Tell you what, Hayes with a nice roll. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Retzlaff. That's enough for the 1st down. They'll move the chains. 1st and 10 at about the 14-yard line. Mentioned the fact that Retzlaff is the team's leading rusher, and Roddy, without that knee brace, man, he was over the moon to be able to get rid of that thing.
Yes, he was. And if Jeff Monken is out there watching, that was straight out of Army's playbook. You get in there, double slot backs, you get a fullback in the backfield, and it's quarterback follow on a 4th down play.
They hand it off. That's McClure. And McClure's forward progress will take him to about the 8-yard line. Gain of 6.
Patrick Smith-Young has a chance to make the tackle, but how about the freshman driving his legs, staying up? They have 2 excellent young backs. Jamari McClure and Javen Gordon have really emerged as the season has gone on. 2 freshmen that have carried the load for this Tulane offense, but Arnold Barnes III in the game now, who's been banged up over the course of the year. A little bit more experienced, 216-pound junior.
Retzlaff going to quarterback keep over the left side inside the 5 to about the 2-yard line. Retzlaff got a good block from Barnes, who, as you mentioned, Roddy, just came into the ball game. Pickup of 5. It'll be 1st and goal for the Green Wave.
Both of these teams have had long drives and have done a really nice job in conversion downs of staying on the field, running the ball well, being balanced on both sides. Thing is, you can't miss your turn in this game offensively, it feels like. So Tulane has to end up in the end zone.
13th play of the drive. Backs lining up out of the eye. Gordon going to be stopped up right near the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Well, that mean green defensive front doing a nice job on that sequence. They'll make a couple of substitutions and exchange running backs. Arnold Barnes III coming in for the Green Wave.
Last time Arnold Barnes III was in the game, they had a quarterback run with Jake Retzlaff using Barnes as a blocker. I wonder if they go back to something like that with the experienced junior.
That's exactly what they do. Retzlaff, oh, he got rocked. He took smoke at about the 2 by Trey Fields, who is the voice of the defense for North Texas.
That is a physical play.
What? Let's listen to it. That'll rattle your feelings.
Rattled mine, and I'm 100 yards away up here.
3rd and goal coming up.
I wonder if they're going to some kind of pick play to the top of your screen, try and get one of those receivers open with Jake Retzloff rolling out.
Barnes in the backfield. Looking into the end zone. Ball knocked out of his arm, and as he was trying to throw it, Ethan Day with some backside pressure. And it'll be 4th and goal coming up. They went for it last time on 4th down, and the offense is going to stay on the field.
And the decision is an easy one for John Sumrall because North Texas is going to put up points. This is the pressure that offense puts on you. But a really nice job of Ethan Day running through the block of the running back and getting to Jake Retzloff. I mean, they have tried just about everything. They tried the pick play, couldn't get it. They've tried to run the ball. Where do they go here?
16th play of the drive.
Mark, this is usually where they go to Bryce Bohannon, but he is out in this game. He has been a go-to receiver for him.
And we're going to have a timeout first. Boy, North Texas calls timeout. Coach Sumrall showing some good speed down the sidelines. Back after this.
The AT&T Countdown to the College Football Playoff National Championship. Monday, January 19th on ESPN.
This is the American Conference Championship, and already tensions are high on that last 4th down play. Both teams wanted a timeout. Coach John Sumrall sprinting down the near sideline. His offense wasn't in what they wanted to be on the far sideline. Greg Gasparotto, the DC, he's a little faster. He got credited with the timeout. A critical play here on 4th down with a trip to the college football playoff at stake tonight.
Yeah, great job, Q. 4th and goal coming up. Ball just inside the 3 for Tulane.
Mark, I believe you've got 3 tight ends in the game for Tulane. Yep, 3 tight ends all lined up to the top of your screen.
McClure in the backfield, the only back. Retzloff with the fake. Gonna run it himself and score. Touchdown. On the 16th play of the drive, their first of the ball game, Tulane scores. And an extra point away from tying this football game. Demonstration right there of just how important Retzloff's ability to run the football is to this team. That caps a 16-play, 81-yard drive, consuming 8:02 on the clock. And we're tied at 7. 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter, with a berth in the college football playoff on the line tonight here in the Big Easy.
So this is that last touchdown, and the tight end, Johnny Pascuzzi, he bluffs inside before getting out and running his route, and look how it affects the defensive end, Bryson Hayes. He has to go up the field and can't flatten out immediately when he sees Jake Retzloff rolling out. There's nobody out there for the quarterback, and Tulane is able to convert on its second 4th down conversion on that drive to get in the end zone. And Mark, I think we're going to see a lot of 4th down conversions, or 4th down attempts here today.
Yeah, both teams feeling pressure respectively to make it a touchdown and not field goal. Well, UNT will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Here's this weekend's ABC College Football Conference Championship lineup. Tomorrow, number 11 BYU squares off against number 4 Texas Tech in the Big 12 title game at noon Eastern, followed by number 3 Georgia and number 9 Alabama in the SEC. And finally, it's Duke and 17 Virginia for the ACC title. Robbie, that game, interesting implications to it.
Very interesting. Duke, as you can see on that
Duke
graphic,
yeah,
the one team on that graphic that doesn't have a number next to its name. If Duke wins, it could open up a spot for another group of 5 team.
Nowhere to go that time as Westmoreland makes the stop on Caleb Hawkins. So what happens if Duke wins?
Right now,
crazy does it get?
Based on the rankings, it looks like the ACC would be left out of the college football playoff.
That's the short version. We'll see. Pass incomplete at the 38-yard line. Intended for Terrence Lewis. So quickly it's 3rd and 13.
Just a little off on that pass. And Mo Westmoreland, he is having himself a drive on the first 2 plays. Made the tackle on the first play. That play ran over the left guard and was able to get in the lap of Drew Mestemaker. Tulane has to get off the field in these situations. You've got North Texas in a 3rd and long. A rarity against an offense this explosive.
Mestemaker out of the shotgun. Young in motion. He's looking Young's way. Downfield. Incomplete for Young. In traffic, but a flag at the 48-yard line against Javion White. There's going to be pass interference against the defense.
I think Javion White might have had a hold of the shoulder pad of Wyatt Young.
Pass interference, defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
With 2 seconds to go in the quarter, here's a look at it.
Look at the right arm of Javion White. It's tugging on that shoulder pad. Wyatt Young can't elevate, and it's a good call by the officials. Can't really see the actual grab there, but you can see the result of it. Wyatt Young, the jersey being pulled off, can't elevate. Unfortunate for Tulane defensively, who looked like they had gotten a stop.
Young, such a big part of their offense in motion. A former high school quarterback they took a flyer and a chance on. Caleb Hawkins between the tackles. Out beyond the 45, or just at the 45, and that's going to do it after that 7-yard gain. A pretty compelling 15 minutes in the books with a berth in the college football playoff on the line. Folks, we'll be back after this message and a word from your local ABC station. Back here in New Orleans a moment ago, Quint caught up with Coach.
Coach, it feels like stops are going to be in short supply. What's the biggest challenge your defense is facing right now?
We tackled really poorly on the first drive. We got to get off the ball and off the field on 3rd downs. We're just not playing very clean and detailed on defense. This is a really efficient offense. We got to play a lot better.
What's your reaction to the pace of this game? Each team with only basically 1 possession in the first quarter.
Yeah, 2 long drives. They drove, executed a lot of 3rd downs. We did too. We had 2 4th down conversions, both really long drives to eat up the whole first quarter.
What does that mean?
We better score on every drive. Got to score on all of them.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
He got to the essence of it at the end there. Got to score. Hawkins picks up 4 on that drive, and boy, the lights went out temporarily.
Why'd you have to switch?
Someone bumped the DJ table at the party. What happened?
Well, Eric Morris is fired up. The head coach and play caller of North Texas. They like to go with tempo. Lights turn off, and it shuts down your ability to go fast.
Home field advantage, Roddy.
No kidding.
Comes in all sizes and shapes and ways. Off the play fake, open down the middle of the field. Caught by Trey Williams all the way down to the 26-yard line. Adds that to his earlier touchdown catch.
Well, the little token fake holds the linebackers. They step up because of the fake, and it opens it wide open down the slot for Trey Williams.
Mestemaker tipped away almost dangerously, almost intercepted by Johnson. Jaheim Johnson jumped around a little bit there and tipped it away. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That was a play that started with a snap that the quarterback wasn't expecting. That could have been disastrous. The throw was blind out wide, and if Jaheim Johnson gets a little bit better break, the throw could have been disastrous. North Texas fortunate that it's 2nd and 10.
Hawkins motions out of the backfield, and Mestemaker's going to be sacked by Westmoreland. And you mentioned it, Roddy. He's already put up some great numbers in this game. And we have a mean green player shaken up. It's Trey Williams.
Well, right here in the middle, you're going to get Derek Shepard, who reads this screen. He senses that something's going on, looks out. It makes Drew Mestemaker pump the ball, can't get it to Trey Williams right away, and it ends in the sack. It's an excellent job by the defensive tackle, recognizing that it's a screen. It's funny, we asked Greg Gasparotto yesterday, what is the key to playing a screen? He said it's a couple of things, but one of the things he said was if it's too easy to get to the quarterback, it's probably too good to be true. That time the defensive lineman sensed it and caused the sack.
That's their 30th sack as a team of the season. And good to see Trey Williams get up and walk off the field under his own agency. 6'3", 229, already has a touchdown catch today, and that 22-yard gain a moment ago. This is the second possession for North Texas. They scored on their first one of the ball game, but right now facing 3rd and 21.
John Summerall, you're telling your team no penalties because there was another 3rd and long earlier on this drive, albeit in the last quarter, that was converted due to a pass interference. You've got coaches on the field fired up. This is a passionate bunch. I mean, that is one thing that oozes out of John Summerall. Passion, energy, toughness. All of those things permeate through this program. It's a big play for this defense.
Told this team that the coaching staff, the players, everybody involved has one more chance to do something special before he leaves for the University of Florida. North Texas with 3rd and 21. Young junior in motion. Mestamaker underneath to his running back Hawkins. That's going to be short. Ball came out, scooped up, and a chance to run it back. Down to the 37-yard line. L.J. Green. Hawkins put it on the ground, and Tulane able to capitalize on it.
It's a nice job of coverage down the field. Drew Mestamaker gets to his check down, and then Sam Howard pursuing from the inside. L.J. Green puts his head on the football, and it comes out. It's just such a nice job of executing on a tackle, getting the ball out, and a team that's been excellent at taking care of the football this year in North Texas has their first turnover of the game.
And look at Coach Summerall on the sidelines, running alongside.
Who says linebackers don't have speed?
Man, former linebacker at Kentucky back in the day. 1st and 10. Do you take a shot here and try and capitalize immediately?
Stay patient. I think you stay patient and within your offense.
Retzloff going to hand it off. McClure with a yawning hole. A gaping hole. McClure inside the 15 and still moving forward. Churning. Moving the pile. Wow. All the way to the 7. 1st and goal, Green Wave.
Well, the double team on the outside is what causes this, but the linebacker picks the wrong hole, and the running back goes outside. I mean, it's a nice job of the double team setting up a patient run by the running back, and Jamari McClure ends up with a big run, and that's why you stay patient. Tulane said that they were going to try and run the ball against this porous North Texas defense, and they did it there.
1st and goal. Retzloff hands it off to McClure again, getting to the edge. Touchdown, Tulane! The Green Wave capitalized on the turnover. They turn it into 6. McClure with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, the 3rd of his career. And the Green Wave lead by 7.
It starts off, Mark, with the defense causing a takeaway. They pick it up, give the offense great field position, and then a couple runs later, and Tulane takes the lead in this game. John Summerall sprinting down the sideline, that passion permeating through his defense into the offense, and ends up in the end zone.
Welcome back, everyone, to Yulman Stadium here in New Orleans. A sobering sight for UNT, the Mean Green. Caleb Hawkins out of his uniform and shoulder pads, walking into the locker room to be attended to. Loose ball. It comes out but recovered by North Texas. So, Roddy, we're going to get a look at the Mean Green without their #1 running back. That's 1,200 plus yards not on the field right now.
1,200 plus yards and 150 yards in 3 of the last 4 games. So there's going to be more on Drew Mestemaker. And honestly, Kiefer Sibley's going to be the running back that we see. He had 1 carry last week against Temple, didn't carry the ball at all, didn't play against Rice. It's been very thin behind Caleb Hawkins, so it's going to be really running back by committee going forward, most likely.
Big ad-lib here coming up for North Texas. Sibley, former 3-star athlete out of Waco in the backfield now. And we got a flag down on the play. It's going to go against the Mean Green. Let's go down to Q.
Tulane's physicality has become a storyline in this game. Hawkins earlier left the game with a shoulder injury. That one looked more like a collarbone. He was stung, fumbled the ball, came off the field, went into the medical tent. The doctors looked after him, and then they took him out underneath the stadium towards the x-ray without his shoulder pad. So he's very doubtful for a return. Caleb Hawkins, the running back.
Mestemaker brought down from behind and sacked at the 27-yard line. Good pursuit from Santana Hopper. And it's 2nd down and 17.
Tulane has done a nice job of changing the picture post-snap, making Drew Mestemaker go through his progressions, not letting him get the ball out quick to his first read. That's allowed these defensive linemen to work and create some pressure after that first drive.
2nd and 17. Mestemaker going to hand it off to Sibley. Makes it out to about the 31-yard line.
Flag.
Got a flag down on the field as well.
Our referee Kevin Randall's microphone seems to be not working.
Gone dead.
It's,
I understand.
It's offsides on the defense.
He's talking about Kiefer Sibley, former 3-star running back out of Waco, Texas. Was offered by several Division I schools, FBS programs.
I'd ask Matt Austin if his microphone ever stopped working. I mean, we got to get these refs their FaceTime too. It was one of those things that fired Matt up.
That's just not right. Right, Matt?
Extra, so they made sure it worked.
See, Matt's always works, right?
Of course, man.
With us.
You got to take care of the talent.
No, he with us. This game has slowed down its tempo a little bit. Not by design, but talked about Sibley. RB #1, running back 1 right now in the absence of Caleb Hawkins. Took an official visit to Oklahoma State coming out of high school amongst some other schools. Interestingly enough, that's the same school that Eric Morris will be coaching in wake of this season whenever it does end for North Texas.
Put 5 seconds back on the clock before they ran it. That was the reason for the stoppage. Now North Texas a little confused, shifting around before the play.
Play clock
down
at
to
10.
10, yeah.
They go empty after all that motion. Mestemaker pulls it. Almost caught off the carom by Wyatt Young. And it's incomplete. Despaney knocked it away. It'll be 3rd and long.
Bailey Despaney's in the middle of the field, and after all the shifting, the safety has his eyes on the quarterback, just sees the fade ball, and is able to break it up, and almost is caught by Wyatt Young. I thought Despaney was going to pick that for a second. It was going to be an interception, and then it almost ended in a North Texas touchdown, but another 3rd and long. Bunch formation at the top of your screen.
Mestemaker 7-12 for 80 yards so far. Under duress and sacked all the way back at the 17. More defensive pressure resulting in a sack. This time it's Harvey Dyson. Dyson with the 3rd sack of the day.
Harvey Dyson is right here on the edge. That's the tackle, but Harvey Dyson is going to work inside. and just beat the tackle on an inside move. It's a nice job by the defensive end, using his hands and causing a sack. And the pressure on North Texas has really been a factor late in or as we've gone on in this game.
Yeah, this offensive line for the Mean Green is its best in several years, in the last 3 years at least. Amari Hayes back deep for this punt. Fields it at 42 with the fair catch. And Tulane will have very auspicious field position to start this next drive. With 10:25 to go in the first half, they lead it by 7. You can only be in one place and see a tree composed of beads. Welcome back, everyone, to New Orleans. And Tulane with the lead right now. And Caleb Hawkins, the big story right now. He gained the most yards in the country this year rushing, over 1,200 yards, but was shaken up early in the game on that hit. On the opening drive, just the second or third play of the game, in fact. And just a moment ago had to go into the locker room minus his helmet and shoulder pads to be attended to by the athletic training staff.
Yeah, on the first play that we showed, it looked like it was the arm that he hit on the ground, that shoulder that was driven into the ground. That was the one that he hurt, that obviously played a part in the fumble. But Drew Mestemaker's also been under constant duress. It's looked like that offensive line has struggled to block Tulane up front. That is a story to follow, because if they can't run the ball, it's going to put them in a lot of obvious passing situations where they've had trouble keeping their quarterback clean.
Yeah, the freshman having a tough time tonight in this big game. On 1st and 10, Retzloff. Little sidearm delivery, drop down to complete the pass. At about the 43-yard line, Shaz Preston, one of his security blankets in the absence of Bryce Bohannon, a 15-yard gain.
Check this angle out. I think Retzloff with the sidearm delivery going to his receiver, Shaz Preston. And he talked to us about the loss of Bryce Bohannon and mentioned Preston as one of those guys who has stepped up in his absence.
1st down and 10 from the 43. Brown Stevens in motion. This is McClure. Across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. You know, it's interesting when you look at Retzloff and his lineage and history with John Sumrall. Sumrall actually recruited him at Troy, and then Retzloff took a visit to BYU after coming out of JUCO because he didn't have the offers that he wanted out of high school. And then a couple of days after taking his visit to Troy, he went to BYU and then immediately afterwards signed with them. McClure between the tackles down to the 34, and ironically Retzloff finding his way back to Coach Sumrall here at Tulane.
He's talking about Jake Retzloff, he's a magnetic personality, and obviously the story of him leaving BYU was one that made headlines for the timing, but the match between him and Tulane could not have been better. And I really commend Jake Retzloff for coming in, learning the offense in 38 days, and being able to operate it and beat a Power 4 team in Northwestern in his first game quarterback.
On 3rd and 1, 12 personnel in, and Retzloff taking out his do-it-yourself kit, picks up the 1st down. Got 2 yards. Well, kick off your Week 14 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern with a countdown crew on ESPN and the ESPN app. They'll have all of the early breaking stories, injury updates, and previews of each game right up to kickoff.
Wonder if how much they'll have to say about what happened last night between the Lions and the Cowboys. I'm sure a lot. Former Georgia Tech and Alabama running back Jahmyr Gibbs went off.
There it is.
Last night with 3 scores. He is phenomenal. Fun to watch.
Well, keep it on the ground on 1st and 10. Gordon straight ahead, not much room. Maybe got a yard. Kenton Allen making the hit for the Mean Green. North Texas 11-1 coming into this game. Best season in school history. And this is what it looked like early.
Texas ending the first drive in the end zone, getting up 7-0. And then Tulane converted 2 4th downs, including this run by Jake Retzloff to end up in the end zone. There was a fumble by Caleb Hawkins that turned into another touchdown for Tulane, has them up 14-7.
Retzloff on a predetermined quarterback run, tiptoes out of bounds at about the 20. Boy, he looks spry. Running the football, picked up 11. We mentioned earlier that knee brace that he's been wearing for the last couple of weeks, finally coming off.
Hurt his knee against Memphis, and it hasn't been the same. I mean, the last 3 games, 1 yard on 7 carries against FAU, 8 yards on 5 carries against Temple, and -4 yards against Charlotte. Has not been the same running threat as he was early in the year. He said, Mark, I cannot wait. Instead of running to throw, he said, I can't wait to run and damage the defense.
Free Jake. Here he is, looking to throw. Incomplete at about the 2-yard line, intended for his tight end, Gabe Loborn. Loborn kind of got twisted around, and Sumrall, he is incensed about something. And look who's coming back onto the field, Hawkins.
You can see the determination on his face. You wonder if they went into the locker room and did some stuff to maybe ease his pain. And the fact that he's coming back out, he's not in street clothes. I think that's a positive development for North Texas. We'll see if he ends up back in the game.
McClure in the backfield on 2nd and 10. Broke a tackle all the way down to the 12-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 2 to go for the Green Wave.
Jamar McClure, so talented. He was able to get inside of that block, make the corner miss, and set up a 3rd and short, and what should have been a 3rd and medium or 3rd and long. And it's really felt like Tulane has had a lot at their disposal, handing it off to the running back in these situations. Jake Retzloff's legs are big in this situation as well, and his ability to run.
They got to get to the 10 to pick up the 1st down. Retzloff on the play fake, incomplete to his tight end, Loborn. And Loborn couldn't catch up to it. So 4th down, and in comes the field goal unit.
That's a win for North Texas defensively, big time. I mean, your offense had the turnover, put you in a tough position, and then had a 3 and out. Forcing a field goal, definitely a big-time win defensively. Get the ball back to this offense.
Patrick Durkin is 22 of 24 on the season. This one coming from 30 yards out. I was watching him in warm-up, boomed them in from about 55. And that one right between the pipes. And the lead swells to 10. Well, both these teams have been doing wet ball drills during the course of the week, and might pay some dividends as we look at the weather. Let's take a look at the All-State Playoff Predictor. Roddy, what jumps off the page at you here in possibilities?
Well, the fact that 11 and 12 still aren't settled. Will it be the ACC champion? Will it be the champion of the Sun Belt being JMU? That obviously, pending a JMU win, that'll be interesting. But then, if BYU loses, Mark, it could put Miami right next to Notre Dame at 10 and 11. And then will the committee finally recognize the fact that these two teams played on the field and Miami won? That'll be a big question. But historically, Mark, the last 4 years, conference championship game losers have all dropped one except for TCU the year they went to the national championship.
Interesting game. Trend. I guess, so you're trying to tell me it actually matters when teams play head-to-head?
It might, at some point.
Evans on the return, nowhere to go, brought down at the 13. As we check in with the studio, guys, what's up?
Mark, coming up at the half, Booger McFarland, Kevin Nagandi here with you. The very latest with Penn State hiring Matt Campbell, and Heather Dinich joining us live from Grapevine, Texas, talking playoff. Right now, what are you seeing from Tulane?
Well, Tulane's got a balanced attack. If you're North Texas, the entire game right now is on Drew Mestelmaker. Tulane is spreading around. They're running the football, and Retzloff has somebody to lean on in Jamar McClain.
That high-powered, mean green offense right now, just 7 points. We'll see at the half. Back to you, Mark and Roddy.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. 1st and 10. From the 13-yard line, the mean green down by 10. Caleb Hawkins on the sideline still as Kiefer Sibley is dragged down Around the 16 by Derek Shepard. Gain of 2 on the play.
Just quickly, Penn State's going to come out and say they got their man, and it was a circuitous route to end up at Matt Campbell. You heard Kevin talk about the fact that they are hiring Matt Campbell, the head coach at Iowa State. I think they ended up in a great place with a tremendous coach.
Coaching carousel continues to spin. That pass complete to the 23-yard line. Cameron Dorner will pick up the first down and move the change. Roddy, who does the rain favor more or hurt more?
You would guess that it hurts the team that can't run the ball right now, and that's North Texas, as he was just short of the line to gain, so it's going to set up a 3rd and 2. But you never want to throw the ball in the rain, and so North Texas would seem to be the team that is slightly disadvantaged with these weather conditions.
Okay, so 3rd and 2 from the 21. Mestemaker surveys, pulls a strike. Forward progress will be marked at about the 23-24 to Dorner, working against Jaheim Johnson.
Now they're going to go fast.
Wyatt Young in the slot. Mestemaker goes the other way. Pass complete to Dorner again. They're going to spot it at about the 36.
And anytime North Texas goes out of bounds on their sideline, it is an automatic that the referees go into their substitution rules. They hold the football to let Tulane substitute, and every time North Texas goes out of bounds on their side, Tulane is going to take their time substituting guys in and out to slow down this North Texas offense.
Mestemaker gets it out in time and overshoots his intended receiver. That was Wyatt Young again.
And Mark, just to follow up on that one more time, the thing that the tempo is going to allow North Texas to do is slow down the rush of Tulane. Those defensive linemen get more and more tired, and they're not able to get their cleats in the ground and really get a good get off. But when Tulane's able to sub, not only do you get fresh bodies, but it lets those defensive linemen take a breath and really get after the quarterback.
On 2nd and 10, they're going to keep it on the ground. This is Sibley, who's getting the bulk of the carries. Check that, Gray just came in. Ashton Gray picks up 6 on the play. Tough to replace the hot hand of Caleb Hawkins, who's done it all year long for them in the backfield, but they're looking at 3rd and 4.
And if you can get a positive gain, I think North Texas is going to think about going for it here late in the half. Maybe try to keep the pressure on this Tulane defense by going for it on 4th down.
And Mestemaker sacked by Santana Hopper. The 4th sack already for the Green Wave, Roddy. So one of the big stories early in this game is the defensive front getting at the quarterback.
It is. It's a twist between these two players, and Santana Hopper comes from the inside, just runs the hump. The offensive tackle, Braden Nelson, gets too far down inside, and Hopper ends up sacking the quarterback. It's a nice job continuing to put the pressure on Drew Mestemaker.
Sawyer Evans with his 2nd punt, only his 2nd punt of the night. Nose of the football down. Hayes watches it bounce and roll all the way down to about the 15-yard line. Jake Retzloff 85 yards away after that 51-yard punt. With the rain coming down here at Yulman Stadium, the winner of this game will go to the college football playoff. In this first meeting of the season between these two teams, and Roddy, that's part of the great storyline of this game, is that because of the unbalanced schedule, which sometimes is not a great thing, this is the first meeting of the season between these two.
Yeah, you'd love to be able to figure things out on the field without tiebreakers. I think the ACC is sort of dealing with the ramification of having 17 teams in an 8-game schedule in conference, but it does set up a matchup that is novel in this conference.
On 1st and 10, McClure picks up about 3 yards as we hit the 2-minute timeout. John Sumrall's team leading by 10 points. And remember, folks, that Roy Kramer passing away, the former SEC commissioner, did so much for college football in the big picture, and one of the authors of the BCS as well. Our thoughts and prayers to him and his family. Welcome back to the American Football Championship presented by LLH Healthcare as part of Dr. Pepper Championship Week. 1st and 10 for the Green Wave, who lead by 10 from their own 20-yard line. That's 2nd and 6. Retzloff going to keep it himself. And he's collared at the 20-yard line. That's going to bring about a flag, the horse collar tackle. And that's going to be a penalty against the Mean Green's Trey Fields. There's a reason why they've tried to outlaw this tackle.
Personal foul, illegal horse collar tackle, defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
Glad we got Kevin Randall's mic working again.
There we go.
But this is horse collar 101. I mean, that's exactly the thing that you want to get out of the game, because you can get a leg caught underneath your body and you can't get it out. And we've seen guys really get hurt by that. Unfortunate for North Texas.
Green Wave completing the pass out to the 45-yard line. Lewis Jr. tiptoes out of bounds in UNT territory at the 48, a 17-yard pickup. They have a full complement of timeouts remaining.
And Mark, Tulane gets the ball first in the second half. You've got an opportunity to double up. Already up 10. You want as much distance as you possibly can against an explosive offense. This is an opportunity to really put the pressure on North Texas going into half.
Going to keep it on the ground with McClure. Inside the 45 with 1:33 to go. Picks up 4 on the play. Wisłowski making the tackle for North Texas.
If you're North Texas defensively, you're starting to think, all right, when do you take a chance and heat up Jake Retzloff to try and create a negative play or possibly a turnover?
Second and 6. Retzloff pulls, incomplete. Caught and then dropped by Brown Stevens. Hit him in the hands.
Jake Retzloff turned down an opportunity to run and probably get a pretty decent gain. But North Texas did indeed bring some pressure. Tulane was wise to it. It brought the corner from the field. Tulane rolled to the opposite side and was able to get away from it, but it ended up in an incompletion as you see Jake Retzloff's numbers on the night.
David Gordon in the backfield now on 3rd down and 6.
Looks like press man from Tulane. Got the linebacker going out with the running back. Got to contain the quarterback in the pocket.
Retzloff got it out quickly. Pass. They're going to rule it incomplete.
Well, they ruled it a catch and a fumble, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it went out of bounds. Didn't seem like Obama had had it that long. Will Jones made the hit here.
And it looks like he's able to corral it. The ball comes out. Either way, it's going to end up being a 4th down.
Let's bring in Matt Austin. Matt, tell us what happened on that catch and completion rule.
Well, this one's really close. The rule says you need to have firm control, you need to have a body part down, and then you need to have time to do something with the ball, a football act. Tuck the ball away, take additional steps. The way the defender, I think he met the first true criteria, then the way the defender was on him, I think it was a good call being a catch fumble.
All right, Matt, and this punt. Oh, it hit a North Texas player. You cannot advance it, but it's going to be 1st and close to goal to go. It appeared to bounce off of a UNT player. Baron Tipton was in the area. The officials are converging to discuss it. Let's see what the ruling is here. This could be a huge break for Tulane.
Ruling on the field is the the kick hit a member of the receiving team. It was legally covered by the kicking team. It will be first down, Tulane.
And there you go.
So you can't muff a rough or you can't advance a muffed punt. Go ahead and roll it, guys. The thing though is, I think there was kick catch interference. Watch the returner. He gets contacted as he's going to try and field the punt or get down there close. I'm going to bring in Matt Austin because Matt, you've got the returner who's going towards the ball, gets hit by a member of the Tulane punt team. What did you see there? Do you think that should be kick catch interference?
Yeah, Roddy, I do, because you're right. He has the right to get to the football. You have to clear a path for him if he has a chance to get there. He was definitely contacted when the ball was at its apex. That should be a foul.
Yeah, I don't know how you can miss that. I mean, that is a crucial miss by the officials. I mean,
Eric Morris, a little incensed about what happened there.
I would be too.
He might have seen what happened.
I mean, very clearly, the returner is going for the football. Landon sides, and something happens to him along the way. And you can see, he's looking, trying to get there, gets hit by a Tulane player. I mean, that's clear as day.
And there was an official right there on the spot. And it hit Baron Tipton.
It is disastrous, because if it doesn't hit Baron Tipton, then at least you get the ball back.
Yeah.
But because the North Texas player's trying to get out of the way, and it hits them, it ends up Tulane ball.
What a huge break. Inside
the 15-yard line. Huge break.
Matt, that's a tough break from an officiating standpoint. Am I right?
Oh, it really is. You know, nobody wants to miss a call like that. Usually you see KCI. It's usually the guy's waiting for the ball to come down. He's standing still. I don't know if their eyes just didn't go to him quick enough, or if they were watching the ball come down, which are definitely two no-nos. You always have to keep your eye on that receiver. No, it's not reviewable.
KCI. I'm going to start using that. Sounds like something I would have dialed somebody on back in the 1990s.
So as a result, it's going to be 1st and 10. The Green Wave with 3 timeouts remaining, 50 seconds to work with here in the first half. From the 13, Arnold Barnes in the backfield. Retzlaff on a predetermined quarterback run. Put his hat down and powers his way down to the 5-yard line. Got another flag down on the field, though. Let's see what that's about. Oh, it was a mouthpiece. 33 seconds to go.
If you're this North Texas defense, you have to rally and hold Tulane to a field goal here. I mean, everything has gone against you late in this one. You had the horse collar tackle that gave Tulane a first down on a potential 3rd down stop. You had the missed kick catch interference that hits off a player, and Tulane recovers. This North Texas defense has to steady things right here.
And that's a tough thing for a team that has been very porous against the run all season. And tonight, Tulane offensively has been pretty balanced and pretty effective too, right?
Yeah, I think you're dedicating a lot of bodies to stopping the run and making Tulane throw the ball. Jake Retzlaff has been fairly inconsistent throwing. He's missed some easy layups. I say easy from up here, but he's missed some open receivers, and it's been up and down. You cannot let Jake Retzlaff's legs be the thing to beat you and get in the end zone. You're dedicating a lot of bodies to stopping the run and challenging these receivers on the outside.
Tulane was very opportunistic, scoring a touchdown on that earlier fumble. Second and 3 coming up from the 6. Preston split to the top of your screen. It's going to be McClure. Got hit right in the hole and fell forward. Trey Fields made the tackle. It's going to be 1st and goal.
It's a nice play by Trey Fields, scoping over the top, being able to tackle running back.
McClure again, falling forward. Good momentum, Trey Fields, another tackle. And got a timeout with 11 seconds to go. Tulane will have one remaining timeout. Hey, our Week 14 Monday Night Football matchup between the Eagles, Chargers, 8 Eastern on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes. Plus, we'll have a special Monsters Fun Day football version on ESPN2 and Disney's networks with an animated game transformed in real time into the iconic Monsters Inc. World and Monstropolis.
You sound unfamiliar with Monstropolis. You got to have kids.
I've been to some interesting areas in parts of the world I've never been to. Monstropolis.
Oh, you got to go. Mike Wazowski, Sully, James P. Sullivan.
Okay.
Your kids are too old. My kids are the generation of Monsters Inc.
I'm an empty nester, man. Second and goal coming up.
If
right around the 2.
So Tulane, it's an interesting situation because you still have a timeout. You can still run the ball, get tackled, call that timeout, and then potentially throw it in the end zone on 3rd down and have time to kick a field goal. Or you can do it the opposite. Throw it first and then run, but the next 2 plays, if you don't score, have to be run and throw.
Barnes in the backfield. Kazuski in motion, he's set. Retzlaff fires incomplete. Intended for Hayes. That was coming in kind of hot, and it sets up 3rd and goal with 10 seconds to go. They didn't use much time at all.
No, they didn't, and that's part of the math there. The throws are going to be quick, and they're either going to be incomplete or they're going to be caught in the end zone. So now 3rd and 1 timeout, you can still run the ball. And that is what I would imagine Tulane would go to here. Just try and smash mouth up the middle with either the quarterback or your running back, Arnold Barnes. It's been quarterback run with Arnold Barnes in the game.
Retzlaff gonna do it himself. Retzlaff stopped up short of the end zone with 3 seconds to go. They have a timeout remaining. 4th and goal coming up.
And now, if you're John Sumrall, how much do you roll the dice? 4th and 1 on the 1-yard line. 1 play to end the half. This is how close it was for Jake Retzlaff. Will Jones, first man on the spot, teammates rallying. What do you do here? I think you take the points. I think you go ahead and kick it, because if North Texas is able to get a stop here, big time momentum going into the half. I think you extend the lead to 13 and go into half getting the ball first.
This sounds crazy. That might be enough eventually, because you're looking at a team that averaged 48 points a game, sitting on just 7 right now going into the half.
3 games this year, North Texas has been down double digits, and they've come back to win. This is an explosive offense, and points are at a premium in these games. They're going to leave the offense on the field inches away from the goal line. What a call by John Sumrall.
Jamar McClure in the backfield. Number 25, Retzlaff at quarterback. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal. No timeouts remaining. And North Texas and Eric Morris will call their final timeout. With 3 seconds to go, they're going to try and set their defense. Well, you don't think that John Sumrall is invested? Look at the emotion written all over his face and his arms and his legs and his headset. Same story on the other sideline. Eric Morris, who, like Sumrall, will head to Oklahoma State after this game. Sumrall heading to Florida, but still plenty of opportunity with a berth in the CFP on the line with a win.
And Mark, John Sumrall has talked all year long to his team about how you finish the season, and he is trying to finish his career here at Tulane on a high note, and this team is trying to finish this drive with 3 seconds left on the 1-yard line.
4th and goal. Retzloff with the help from his friends. Touchdown Tulane. Justin Reed with a little backside help. And the lead is up to 16.
How about a little tush push? It's going to be reviewed. I thought it was close, but in a mass of bodies, it is always difficult to have indisputable video evidence. For it to be clear and obvious that he did not get in the end zone as the call on the field was touchdown. I'm not sure how anybody could tell the ball was across the line, but nonetheless, I don't know that any of the looks that we have are going to show that he was not in the end zone. What a call by John Summerall.
Yes.
That's a championship level call to go for it on 4th down with inches to go and 1 play left in the half.
And look at Reed, number 88. He was on a Retzloff's backside like Sharman that time.
I don't know that Sharman is that forceful in pushing you where you need to go, but
that was just enough. With no time left in the half, both teams have exhausted their timeouts.
You can see what the officials are looking at. Our referee Kevin Randall over there conferring with the replay officials upstairs here.
Tell you what, this Green Wave team has been very opportunistic. Let's bring in Matt Austin, our rules analyst. Matt, what do you make of what they're looking at and what they're looking for?
Well, Mark, as you guys mentioned, they're just trying to find the football. And did it break the front edge of the goal line? I haven't seen any shot that replay has been looking at that gives you any indication. There's just way too many bodies involved.
That happens a lot.
I mean, quarterback sneak. You got 300-pounders up front that are all trying to push forward. You end up in a mass of humanity. You got someone pushing your tush.
That's why you trust the call on the field more or less, because ultimately they've got the best view when you can't sort things out.
I mean, there's no way. I can't even see Jake Retzloff in this whole thing. See how far he goes. You can't see the goal line. I'm not convinced that he gets across, but I'm also not convinced that he doesn't.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure the call on the field will be upheld, and Tulane, pending the extra point, will go into halftime up 17 on North Texas.
How shocked are you that North Texas has only scored 7 points in the first half?
I'm pretty surprised. Q, you had a front row seat to that, didn't you?
I did. In the drizzle down here, I thought he scored the touchdown. I thought he was clearly over. Now, obviously, we may not have a view that can confirm that, but yeah, I thought the touchdown. And then think about that. Unanswered points in this game could be just gigantic.
Yes,
so far, 23 unanswered points for the Green Wave. Remember, UNT scored on its opening drive of the game.
We have a timer on this replay.
There's a lot of action down on both sidelines. Guys are hot.
Almost 3 minutes on the replay.
Well, with so much on the line, you can understand them wanting to get it right.
You can.
They're still looking at it.
There's just no way you can't find the football at all. I don't think there's any way you can overturn this.
I'd like to see them, with all the technology we have, put a computer chip in the football and use laser technology to see if he crosses the line.
Hey, it's important.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
There it is. So the kicks the extra point to end the first half. A chance to make it a 17-point lead with 23 unanswered points by the Green Wave.
For halftime for North Texas is going to be all about Eric Morris steadying his team and instilling the belief that they can get back in this thing, despite a lot of things in the first half not going their way.
Like Caleb Hawkins being injured on the opening series of the football game on the first several plays, and then fumbling, which led to a score. North Texas has turned it over 2 times. Tulane has converted it into 14 points. The winner of this one goes to the college football playoff. We're at halftime. Let's go to the studio.
Week.
Welcome back to the American Football Championship presented by LLH Healthcare as part of Dr. Pepper Championship Week. From the Big Easy, it's 24-7. Tulane, the home team, leading as we get ready to start the third quarter. They'll have the football as well. The winner of this game pretty much guaranteed a spot in the college football playoff. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, Quint Kesnick on the field in the shadows of the French Quarter. The party hasn't started yet, still 30 minutes to play. What does Tulane have to do to close this out, and conversely for North Texas to get back into this game?
Well, Tulane gets the ball first, so if they're able to go and score a touchdown here, you can go up by 24 against an explosive North Texas offense. North Texas only ran the ball for 17 yards in the first half, only 115 yards of total offense. Got to find a way to run the ball and keep Drew Mestemaker clean.
Green Wave will start 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line as we check out the first half stats. Brought to you by Venmo. Look at the numbers of North Texas, really sobering for them and their followers right now. Just 115 total yards, Roddy, a team that averaged over 500 per game.
And it feels like the 4 sacks by Tulane have really sped up the clock of Drew Mestemaker, sped up what he's seeing in the pocket. He's getting a little bit of happy feet as well.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, receiving team, number 42. The penalty's half the distance to goal. It'll be first down.
So they'll push it back to about the 12-yard line where it'll be first down and 10. And, of course, one of the big question marks lingering over this second half of play is whether Caleb Hawkins, the star running back, the guy that led the country in rushing yards, will he see any more action?
Mark, you asked what North Texas needs to do. It starts with getting a stop against this Tulane offense. Tulane 116 rush yards in the first half. Jake Retzlaff has been inconsistent throwing the ball, 7 of 13. So North Texas has to stop the run.
Maury McClure in the backfield. He'll get the call. Nice cut through the hole and falls forward well beyond the 20. Close to the first down. Let's go down to Q.
When I checked in with Eric Morris at the end of this halftime, he talked about his offensive line kind of having an out-of-body experience. This was a group that was the best in the American Conference this year, giving up 4 sacks, and their quarterback is under all sorts of duress. Defensively, it's about stopping the run, specifically short yardage situations. Jake Retzlaff, 2 touchdowns, short yardage conversions, all on 4th down. Their ability to convert short yardage situations is what's really haunted him defensively.
On 2nd and short that time, Q. Retzlaff throws it purposefully into the turf. It'll set up a 3rd down and short. Good pressure up front by Ethan Day.
And Q almost having a preview, a premonition, if you will, that we were going to get to this, a short yardage situation. It's exactly what Eric Morris was talking about. The inconsistencies throwing the football, it's been these that have been the deciding factor. Can North Texas finally get a stop and force a punt against this Tulane offense?
They're 1 of 6 on 3rd downs, trying to convert. Retzlaff will do it himself and pick up the first down. When in doubt, take Retzlaff minus the knee brace, free from that immobility that it caused at times, or just good vibes, picks up the first down. Remember, as you watch Tulane rush the football, North Texas is 127th in the country against the rush, as Hawkins, wow, he will now head back into the locker room. Check that, he's going into the tent. McClure picks up close to 5 on that rush.
The physicality of Tulane up front has really been the defining characteristic of this game. The offensive line's ability to dominate this defensive line of North Texas. And then conversely, the Tulane defensive line consistently harassing Drew Mestemaker. Tulane is winning up front on both lines of scrimmage exactly the way John Summerall wants it with his team.
Retzloff hands it off to Gordon. Gordon keeping those legs moving, and wow, he ends up close to the first down marker there. That approximation line we have in the field. Kenton Allen finally making the tackle for the Mean Green. Sets up 3rd down and short.
Another 3rd and short. Will we get another quarterback sneak? They did it to end the half. Scored a touchdown on that 4th and inches, 4th and goal from probably the 6-inch line. Then they did it earlier on the 3rd and short.
Retzloff following the block of his tailback. Gordon picks up the 1st down. Boy, has his running game been vital to them today.
It has been. He kind of gave us a wink and a nod that it was going to be. But the thing is, the offensive line has created these holes. And Javen Gordon, the true freshman, with an absolute big collision in the hole on the linebacker, but he's throwing his body in front of linebackers to try and free up his quarterback. It's really a team effort in the run game, but it starts up front with that offensive line.
1st and 10 from the 37. He's looking to throw this time. Retzloff incomplete at the 43-yard line. It's intended for Brown Stevens. Close to being deflected at the line of scrimmage. It'll set up a 2nd down and 10. Weslowski might have gotten a piece of that.
That might have gone through the hands of Ethan Weslowski. He had a pretty good shot to pick that off and wasn't able to bring it in. Either way, it was pretty close to being disastrous for Tulane.
Retzloff has taken good care of the football here tonight. Hands it off to Gordon. Picks up about 3 yards on the play. Remember last week in their win against Charlotte, Retzloff did turn it over a couple of times, threw a couple of interceptions, but his discernment has been on point so far here tonight.
Threw a couple of interceptions last week. Tried to throw a couple more. Charlotte dropped a couple.
Yeah.
But this 3rd and long, this is where North Texas has to get off the field. They haven't been able to stop Tulane on 3rd and shorts. Motion the back in the backfield to try and get a tell on man or zone. It looks like zone coverage pre-snap.
They've converted twice tonight on 3rd down. Retzloff pulls wide open at the 43. Brown Stevens picks up another 1st down. A good gain and a decisive, authoritative throw by Retzloff.
I'll tell you what, Anthony Brown Stevens, if he just keeps running, there's nobody deep. He actually, because of the route, works himself back towards the Tulane defenders. A complete busted coverage by North Texas and a fumble.
It's on the ground, it's still loose, and looks like Retzloff actually pounced on it. Wow, big time miscue. Didn't cost them though.
Ball never got off the ground.
A strange exchange there.
Jack Hollifield just drops the ball as he's trying to snap it, and then it gets kicked around.
That is weird.
North Texas has a great opportunity to get on it.
Did they ever?
There is nothing going North Texas's way today, is what it feels like.
I almost thought it was they're trying to set up a fumble rooski or something. That was a weird snap. 2nd and 11. Pascuzzi in motion. They hand it off to McClure. Throw down to the 34. Tackled by Jaden Williams. Sets up a 3rd down. A look at the total plays and number of times Tulane has been in the opponent's territory.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Tulane has lived.
Yeah.
But Tulane right now, 4 of 9 on 3rd downs, but 3 of 3 on 4th downs, Mark. So essentially in conversion opportunities, they are 7 of 9. And I think they're in 4th-down territory here. John Summerall has been very aggressive on 4th downs if he can get close.
On 3rd and 7, McClure, he won't get there. He'll pick up a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down. And an interesting decision coming up. Remember, Patrick Durkin has a strong leg. Was watching him in warm-ups kick field goals from beyond 50 yards, and Devon Armstead is shaken up down on the field at the 35-yard line for North Texas.
Davion Armstead, the corner, one of the 5 Sam Houston State Same Houston transfers that Skylar Cassidy, defensive coordinator, brought over with them. We will check on them and be back after this.
Welcome back. AT&T is keeping you connected with our bracket insights. Play for a chance to win $50,000. Compete with family or friends by creating a group. Sign up now at ESPN.com and fill out your own CFP bracket challenge presented by AT&T. Always fun. So here's our answer. Patrick Durkin, who has a season-long 52-yarder, will attempt this field goal from 50 yards out on 4th and 4. Snap is good. Durkin pushed it off to the left. So Eric Morris's team will get the football back. The deficit remains the same at 17. How much does it help Tulane, the fact that they burned, what, over 6 minutes, almost 6.5 minutes on the clock on that opening drive?
It does help. No, it definitely helps because you're shortening the game. There's less possessions now in the game for North Texas. The thing is, there's still plenty of time for North Texas to get back into it. It's not like they've put North Texas in a situation that they will be uncomfortable. North Texas can be a fast tempo offense. The thing is, they have to get Drew Mestemaker comfortable with quick throws.
Rolls out of the pocket. Mestemaker going to use his legs and hit right at the sideline, out of bounds by Chris Rogers, who we had a great visit with yesterday. And a late flag thrown. Did not see a flag initially.
Because well after the play, Johnny Dixon ends up pushing one of the Tulane defenders. Drew Mestemaker gets a shove out of bounds. I think that shove by Chris Rogers is fine. Drew Mestemaker's inbounds when it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, Drew Mestemaker missed the receiver early on that he could have dished the ball to. But then later on, if we keep rolling it, you get number 54, Johnny Dixon, who ends up shoving one of the players for Tulane.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 54, 15-yard penalty. The down counts. It'll be second down.
Losing a little poise there.
I understand wanting to protect your quarterback, but it's just, at this point, it's self-sabotage. Johnny Dixon goes out of his way to go and, quote, protect his quarterback. But in the meantime, he gives up 15 yards. I understand coming to your quarterback's defense, but not when it costs your team as greatly as it did now. I mean, it's second and forever now.
Wow. 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Mestemaker going to hand it off. That's Sibley. We might have our answer with respect to Caleb Hawkins. We saw him come out to start the third quarter with his helmet and shoulder pads on, but no sight of him yet on the field here on their opening drive of the second half. Mestemaker on the move and slides at about the 33-yard line.
And now if you're Eric Morris, do you think about going for it? I mean, it's 4th and long. Here's what happened to Caleb Hawkins, gets driven into the ground.
And that was on the opening drive of the ball game for North Texas. 11-yard gain on that last scramble by Mestemaker.
Wyatt Young, their leading receiver, has not been a factor. Third leading receiver in the country.
Mestemaker under heat, got rid of it, tipped and picked off. It's coming back the other way. Chris Rogers. Ball comes out, but it's a touchdown. Chris Rogers on a perfectly executed tip drill snags it and takes it all the way back.
Did he get in the end zone before the ball came out? You can't see where the ball is when Drew Mestemaker makes contact, but the ball goes out of the back of the end zone. This is a huge call because if this ball is out and when he's contacted, it looks like he is short of the end zone. If this ball is considered a fumble, it went out of the back of the end zone, it would be a touchback. North Texas would get the ball back.
It doesn't look like he's in the end zone.
It does not look like it, no. And the ball clearly comes out when he gets hit. Watch the hit by Drew Mestemaker. Ball's out there. If that contact happens prior to the end zone, I think the ball is out. And with the ball going out of the back of the end zone, it would be a touchback and go back to North Texas, and North Texas would get away with it.
Wow, and look what happened in the wake of everything. Johnny Dixon being aided off the field by the athletic training staff. But the ruling on the field is a touchdown by Chris Rogers on the tip. The deflection took it back 35 yards the other way as the officials try to discern the aftermath of this, whether the touchdown stands or not. But boy, what an effort by Drew Mestemaker after throwing that interception to hustle back and try and make that tackle.
No doubt. Didn't give up on the play. It went right through the hands of Wyatt Young into the hands of Chris Rogers, and he may have forced the situation where his team will get the ball back with essentially no harm done. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that the ball is out from that angle. There's no way Chris Rogers is in the end zone when that ball is loose. I think this is a fumble out of the back of the end zone and a touchback, which will result in North Texas ball. No harm, no foul.
Matt, tell us how you see this playing out.
Well, Mark, I agree with everything that you and Roddy have just said. The problem is you keep using the word think. And unless you have clear and concise evidence, you can't say, I think it's not a touchdown, I think it's a touchback. You got to have clear and concise evidence that it's not. And I don't see a shot right down the line. He's leaning forward. His feet are in the field of play. He's leaning forward. Is he across that line? I don't think so either, but I'm not sure there's proof.
But, Matt, from this angle, I mean, Drew Mestemaker's body is clearly not in the end zone. And when Drew Mestemaker hits him, I mean, there's no way Chris Rogers is in the end zone. I mean, the ball is right here. And right there, I'm not sure you can tell.
That's the problem.
Before, when Drew Mestemaker makes contact, stop it here, guys. The ball's out. Mestemaker's body is clearly short of the line, and that ball's not past Mestemaker's body. I mean, I think, Matt, there's enough there to overturn it.
I don't disagree, but I can't say that that it's clear and obvious. And again, I think it's a fumble.
There's an official right there.
Yeah, man. If this does not go North Texas's way, I mean, it's going to be really tough because I believe that there's enough there to overturn this and consider it a fumble.
Deducing the powers of where Mestemaker was when he made the hit.
I mean, you can see where Mestemaker's feet are short of the end zone. His body is short of the end zone. His back is where that ball hits. And here's where you can see it. That's what they're looking at. Look at where Mestemaker's, pause it there, guys. Look at where Mestemaker's feet are. Look at where the ball is being contacted. I mean, the ball is out as soon as it's out now. To me, he is short of the end zone.
Let's see what the ruling is. The officials are going to give it to us here in a moment. Still looking. There must be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field.
The ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
Wow. So we got you, Matt Austin. We don't think we have to see indisputable video evidence, and apparently there wasn't enough.
Yeah, Mark, I agree 100%. I think it's a fumble also and should be a touchback, but I just don't see the evidence there, and I understand what the replay official did.
I mean, he's guilty in court by preponderance of the evidence, but apparently...
This is not a civil case, Roddy.
The standard is higher than a civil lawsuit.
So the lead now, 30-7. A cataclysmic, catastrophic result for the highest scoring team in the nation, North Texas, who now trail by 24 points. Mestemaker was hoping that it wasn't a touchdown, that his hit and subsequent fumble would give them the football, but not to be the case.
Game time is even better when everyone's together, whether it's a tailgate or watch party. Fuel your football crew this season with Chick-fil-A catering. Kick off your ordering in the Chick-fil-A app.
Yeah, really. I know. Yeah, Wyatt Young, man. Come on, bro. And welcome back. Tulane was able to be the beneficiary of that touchdown. The call on the field upheld. And Wyatt Young unable to make that catch, which led to that catastrophic turnover. UNT with a daunting hill to climb. Fair catch called by Carnes. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Boy, let's go back to the studio.
Mark over on ESPN Sunbelt Championship. James Madison pulling away from Troy Sahir West. 10 tackles, 3 sacks, and that forced fumble leading the Dukes to a touchdown. 31-14 with under 2 minutes to go, and Troy coach Gerald Parker really upset about how that played out. That game on ESPN, a JMU win pushes them and their playoff odds to 55%. Mountain West right now, Boise State up 28-14 over UNLV.
The year it's been for Dan Mullen at UNLV. Mestemaker complete and caught at the 37 by Cameron Dorner. This is college football playoff rankings brought to you by AT&T.
Well, the winner of this game is going to get one of those 2 spots that are now reserved for conference champs 4 and 5. The question is, who will the other one go to? Will it go to the ACC champ, or will it go to champion of the Sun Belt?
Oh, big run by Ashton Gray, bursting through that initial green wave of tacklers into Tulane territory at the 48-yard line. Right now, Tulane in the driver's seat, leading by 24 points.
That is not a lead that is safe against the North Texas offense that is 4th in the country in 20-plus yard plays.
Mestemaker slings it, incomplete off the hands of Young again. Safe to say he's having a tough night?
He is. It's been tough for him to find space, and now I would consider that a drop. Certainly the pick 6 was a drop. Came into this game with 4 drops, credited with 4 drops on the year, but 1 reception for 6 yards for a guy who had 595 yards receiving in the 3 games prior.
Over 1,200 yards receiving on the season. His offense looking at 2nd and 10. Mestemaker going to hand it off to Gray. Couldn't get outside that defense. Good tackle by Jordan Norman, who in the last 6 games has been playing some of his best football of the season. Has 6 sacks in his last 6 games, amongst other stats.
They just needed Jordan Norman to kind of get his feet wet, get going, and now it's going to be up to that North Texas offensive line, who is without right guard Johnny Dixon, who was hurt on that pick 6, to protect Drew Mestemaker, give him time.
Pressure coming. Mestemaker steps up. He's going to run it. And he picks up the first down, tiptoeing down the sidelines, all the way inside the 35. They're going to spot it at the 33. That's a big-time pivotal run for 14.
Yes, it is. The big quarterback climbing in the pocket, tiptoeing the sideline. I think he stepped on the line a little short of where he eventually fell out of bounds. They spotted it right. North Texas with a good drive, a quick drive so far.
From the 33. Hand off to Gray. And Gray's going to be stopped up right around the line of scrimmage. You know, you saw that run by Mestemaker a moment ago in his first collegiate start last year in North Texas's bowl game. He had a 70-yard touchdown run in that game. And then immediately upon scoring, he ran to the sidelines, put his head in one of the garbage pails. And I hate to tell you this, folks, he had a quote-unquote reversal, if you know what I mean. He was a little hyped up and tired.
It's his first game starting since 9th grade on the B team. He hadn't run that long in forever.
On the run here again, steps up, got a lot of open field. Good move, Mestemaker down to the 14-yard line. Johnson finally stopped him but he picked up 18 for another first down.
I mean, he's an athlete. He's a guy that, because he didn't win the starting job at quarterback his senior year, switched to defense, played safety and corner.
Sibley going to be brought down for a gain of about 1 by Hopper. Clock running with under 4.5 minutes to go in the third. And we have a Green Wave player slow to get up.
Timeout.
See if we can figure out who it is. And that kind of therapy usually indicates it's a cramping situation. Point the toes at a right angle, work on the calf. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. I'll leave that to Quint downstairs for the official report if he gets one. But it'll be 2nd down and 6. Mestemaker has made some key runs and scrambles to keep this drive alive for North Texas, Roddy. It's been huge.
Tulane's had a lot of success getting pressure on the quarterback with only 4 rushers. As you see Makai Williams walking off the field. And what that's allowed them to do is to drop 7 guys into coverage and be able to clog up the windows for Drew Mestemaker to find receivers down the field. But it's left some open run lanes. It's the longest drive of the game since the opening drive. Remember, that opening drive took forever.
Yeah.
They were surgical in their precision, but have hit some speed bumps along the way. This one's got to, you would love if you're North Texas to end this one in the end zone. I think they'll be aggressive, try and get 7 points every time they get close. You start counting possessions, doesn't feel the way this game has gone that there's a ton of them left.
3 receivers out to the bottom of your screen. Young, the inside receiver. They empty out the backfield. Mestemaker into the end zone. Off the defender's helmet, it looked like. Out of bounds, Jaheim Johnson defending Cameron Dorner. And it sets up a 3rd down and 6.
I think if Cameron Dorner tries to jump and go over the back of Jaheim Johnson, he probably gets a pass interference call because his hand was pinned down. His left arm was pinned behind Jaheim Johnson, but tried to one-hand it, not able to get the call. Now you've got a 3rd and 9. And normally in these situations, you'd look for number 10, but Wyatt Young's had a tough day. Will they go to their leading receiver in this situation?
Mestemaker got it off just in time in the end zone. Tipped up and incomplete. Intended for Wyatt Young, but we have a flag down. Davion White back there defending.
Wyatt Young's pretty fired up about this. There's been a number of times where little tugs and grabs on his releases have not been called.
Pass interference, defense, number 6. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down. Correction.
So it'll be 1st and goal for North Texas.
This one's certainly big-time pass interference. Davion White lined up on him. I mean, he grabs the back hip, he grabs the front hip, he gives him a little tug. And a couple of times now that they've interfered with Wyatt Young.
10th play of the drive coming up for the Mean Green. Ashton Gray in the backfield. Mestemaker rolls left, delivers. Intercepted off the tip off of Young again. The remix, an exact repeat. And the Green Wave have the football again. Jack Chenchu made the interception off the tip.
I mean, the throw is behind Wyatt Young. It's way behind Wyatt Young, and it ends up right in the lap of Jack Chenchu. Talk about a bad day. I would say Tulane having a great day. Drew Mestemaker, certainly not.
Well, the prevailing storyline in this game is that of the turnovers and Tulane's ability to take advantage of said turnovers and turn them into points. 21 off of 3. And of course, there was the punt that went off of a North Texas player and recovered by Tulane. It'll be 1st and 10 from the shadows of their own goal line, just inside their own 1. Wow.
That is defense 101.
Huddleston's going to give them some free breathing room, it looks like here, unless we missed something on the offensive line. Not.
The offense 100% of the time.
Offside, defense with contact, 5-yard penalty, first down.
100% of the time when you're backed up inside your own 1, you go on 2. Because even if you jump, the ball moves back a fraction of an inch. You have to be aware of that as a defender.
Great insight. Retzlaff going to hand it off to Gordon. Gordon upended. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. They're going to mark him at the 11-yard line. Hit by Smith Young and Colin Lewis.
John Summerall's team has a chance to make an absolute mountain of a climb for North Texas if they're able to have a long drive and put it in the end zone. But North Texas, this is a test of resilience. It's a test of will. This is a test of desire to get back in this game because nothing's gone your way so far in this one.
Retzlaff hands it off to Gordon, trying to get to the edge, and he pushed out of bounds at about the 15. Picked up 4 on the play.
North Texas actually had a good call. They were able to wrap a defender around a defensive lineman, Terrell Washington. He wasn't quick enough to get outside, and North Texas has consistently struggled to set edges on that defense. Tulane's been able to get outside with either Jake Retzlaff or these running backs. And there's times it's just been gashed up the middle. Stopping the run has been an absolute chore. 157 rush yards for Tulane so far.
That's huge. 2nd and 6. Trying to add to that total here. McClure gets about 3 and sets up a 3rd down. Smith Young making the tackle for North Texas. That clock running with 2.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The highest scoring team in the nation that averages over 50 points per game, held to just 7 so far. But the victims of some self-inflicted wounds.
And to give Tulane credit, some Tulane-inflicted wounds as well.
3rd and 4. Hayes in motion. On the receiver screen, caught by Preston. And Preston going to be brought down shy of the first down by about 3 yards. Wisłowski making the tackle for the Mean Green. So in comes the punt team. Clock running, under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
All right, North Texas defense came up with a stop despite giving Tulane a lot of room. They were in a situation on the first play of this drive where maybe if you get a negative play, you can get a safety. But ultimately, you do get a stop and force a punt.
Alec Clark punting for just the 2nd time today.
Number 38, Alec Clark.
Gets off a high spiral. Fair catch called at the 39-yard line by Miles Coleman. It'll be 1st and 10 from there after the 44-yard punt. Hey, Sunday, we'll have the exclusive reveal of the final college football playoff top 25 rankings in a 3-hour special. Reese and the gang will break them down from top to bottom and unveil the matchups for the 12-team playoff. It all starts at noon Eastern after Sunday NFL Countdown on ESPN and the ESPN app. Okay, Roddy, I'm going to go there. I know it's early, a lot of football to play, but what about a scenario where you see Retzlaff playing BYU in the college football playoff? That's juicy.
That would be juicy. I think Tulane would have to end up as the 11 seed, which would mean either JMU or Duke at the 12.
Little tunnel screen complete, gain of a couple yards on the play. Big hit by Sam Howard.
And then you'd have to have a big jump from BYU. They'd likely need a big win in the Big 12 championship game, need to jump pretty high.
Very.
Probably need to get to about, probably need to get to 6.
They can dream a little bit.
Can. Maybe head-to-head will matter between Texas Tech and BYU. They can get up there, although head-to-head matters optionally.
2nd and 8. Sibley. Got about 4 on the play. Sets up 3rd down. 3 or 4 to go. Under a minute to go in the period. From the 46. Mestemaker to pass. Taking a shot downfield. Well defended and no flag. Broken up nicely by Wadsworth. He tried to hit Coleman. And it's 4th down, and of course they'll go for it here.
This is a textbook play by Isaiah Wadsworth down the field against one of the fastest players on this team. He's in the hip pocket. He's in phase, as they call it. Looks back for the ball, bats it down, does not interfere, and sets up a 4th down that really feels like it is a crucial play to North Texas getting back in this game.
Yeah, they're 1 of 2 on 4th down conversions. Mestemaker, they're going to blow it dead.
I mean, false start, because that's just how the day's gone for North Texas.
False start, offense, number 72, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And of course, remember Johnny Dixon, one of their best players up front, hobbled off the field earlier in this quarter. Sets up a 4th down and 9 after the penalty.
And
Wyatt Young's not on the field.
He is
right
not,
now.
and they're going to send on the punt unit.
Wow.
Wyatt Young was not on that entire series. And North Texas punting the ball away. I'm a little surprised to see that.
I was just going to ask you about that. You don't think you have to go for it here?
Eric Morris is calling a timeout. He's got to be incredibly frustrated with the way this thing is gone.
Yeah.
You don't have to score a touchdown here. The thing is, if you punt the ball away, you are counting on some really short possessions for Tulane. Because is there time in the 4th quarter for 6 possessions? Tulane's going to get the ball 3 times. You need 3 stops. You need the ball 3 times. I kind of feel like this is a must-go-for-it situation, even on 4th and 9. But we'll see if Eric Morris rethinks and sends the offense out on the field. It looks like Drew Mestemaker's buckling the chin strap.
Quinn has more. Q?
Morris, the 40-year-old coach, a former wide receiver for Mike Leach and Texas Tech. Mark, he had the normal play sheet in the first half. He flipped it with a laminated play calling sheet in the second half, not using the cocktail napkin that the pirate Mike Leach used to use on the sideline. But this guy is a coaching star in the future. Took the Oklahoma State job last week.
Going to need the best of his playbook right now, Q. 4th and 9. Going for it. Mestemaker has his target open and caught. Miles Coleman on the loose. Miles into the end zone. That's how you strike on 4th down. Touchdown, Mean Green. Eric Morris had the right call for the right situation.
Mark, they called into their local pharmacy and got just what the doctor ordered, and now they will go for 2. Down 24 points prior to that play. If you get the 2-point conversion each time, you can tie it up with 3 touchdowns. Wyatt Young back in the game.
There he is in motion to the bottom of your screen. Mestemaker into the end zone, batted away and incomplete, so they don't get the 2-point conversion. Isaiah Wadsworth made a nice play earlier, broke that one up too as well. But Miles Coleman and Drew Mestemaker have been making plays since grade school.
So Miles Coleman is going to run a little post, and Tulane has 2 players that take the go down the middle of the field. I mean, those 2 guys are going to go away from Miles Coleman, leaving him wide open in the middle of the field. It's a good throw by Drew Mestemaker, and Miles Coleman does the rest, ending it in the end zone. A 4th and long, and North Texas able to score a touchdown.
That's a career-long catch and run for Miles Coleman. Boy, you talk about timely, Roddy.
Very timely. Yep.
They were desperate. And right before that play, Quint told us about Coach Morris going to a different set of laminated cards. He got the right one. So 16 seconds to go. Laid down to 18, a couple of scores. Plenty of football to play. The winner of this game to the college football playoff. This is a de facto play-in game. Short kick at the 15. Oh, and a nice return out to the 37-yard line, and Zuberi Mobley
And Mark, you mentioned something just a second ago, down 18. We were talking about possessions earlier. You're in a 3-score game, down 24, if you get all 3 2-point conversions. You miss one of them, you were in a 4-score game. And so now North Texas knows it's going to need 3 more possessions to get back in the game down 18. You still need 2 touchdowns and then another possession to get 2 touchdowns. You need a 2-point conversion in there as well, and then a field goal can win you the game.
First and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Barnes in the backfield. Takes the handoff, puts his hat down, and crosses the 40. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Tulane looking to end 2 years of frustration and win the American Conference Championship. You saw the numbers when leading after 3 quarters. Folks, we'll be back after this message and a word from your local ABC station. Yulman Stadium here in New Orleans for the start of the fourth quarter. The winner of this game will make it to the college football playoff. As we welcome you back to the American Football Championship presented by LLH Healthcare as part of the Dr. Pepper Championship Week. There's a little motion on the right side of that offensive line, and in the backfield, take your pick.
False start. Offense, number 20. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
An auspicious beginning for Tulane to the start of the fourth quarter here.
It's unfair to Arnold Barnes. Reese Baker, the right tackle, jumped early. Don't put it on the running back.
You're a little sensitive, huh? Positionally sensitive, huh?
Man, it's just out there trying to get a head start. The right tackle was doing it too. Take it on that guy.
5 penalties for 48 yards against the Green Wave. Second and 11 now. Little bubble screen complete for Monomat. And he picks up the first down into UNT territory. Monomat picks up 15.
Mark, it's been a game of miscues for North Texas. The fumble by Caleb Hawkins turns into a Jamari McClure touchdown. There's a missed kick-catch interference. It hits off the back of a North Texas player, which ends in a touchdown. And then this, off the hands of Wyatt Young, and Chris Rogers appears to have fumbled the ball short of the goal line. The call on the field was touchdown. Not clear and obvious evidence to overturn it. Pick 6. Honestly, if you take the miscues out of this game, which you can't do,
yeah,
North Texas is probably right in this thing, and they can get back in it with a stop here defensively. The thing is, they got to stop the run.
Haven't been able to do it significantly tonight. Sadiq Clements making that last tackle and then came off the field holding the back of his leg. McClure in the backfield for the Green Wave.
Tulane is certainly going to take their time between plays, try and lead as much clock as is comfortable.
On 2nd and 9, Retzloff kept it. Nobody fooled defensively. Brought down right at midfield by Ethan Day. Loss of 1 on the play. Sets up 3rd down and long. 10 to go. They've got to get to the 40-yard line to pick up the first down. And if you're the Green Wave, you don't want to shut it down too early or be too conservative against this North Texas team.
You want to be cognizant without being conservative. Snap the ball with less than 10 seconds on the play clock, but you don't want to take away the ability to throw the football or challenge this defense.
Play clock at 4. Retzloff underneath, complete, but short of the first down at the 45. Good tackle in the open field by Smith Young on Gordon. He checked out of the backfield, 5-yard gain, but not enough. And the Mean Green will get the football again here with plenty of football to play.
You got to operate one thing at a time. Stop, check. Now you need an offensive score. You're going to need a couple more stops down the line, but you got the first.
Alec Clark with his 3rd punt of the night. From his own 43, a high end-over-end punt for Landon Sides at his own 12. 88 yards away after that 33-yard punt. Drew Mestemaker trying to make some miracles happen here in the fourth quarter when we come back.
Kevin Nagani in studio. Here's an update from the Mountain West Championship. JoJo Earl, the Wildcat, and UNLV cuts the lead 28-21. But Boise State answers. Sire Gaines going in for the score to make it 35-21 in the fourth quarter. Sun Belt Championship, James Madison beats Troy 31-14. Mark, back to you.
All right, back here. Mean Green with the football at their own 12-yard line with 12:20 to play. Trying to keep their college football playoff hopes alive. Mestemaker delivers a strike complete to Dorner, still on his feet, spins away, and up the sideline, steps out of bounds, right around the 35-yard line. And the Tulane player slow to get up behind the play. At the 13-yard line, it's Sam Howard, the heartbeat in so many different ways of that defense. Amazing story, young man that actually broke his femur, had a broken leg, a chip, and played just several weeks later. And so inspiring to his teammate all season long. Pulls guys up along the way with him. Howard, a 6'2" senior out of Birmingham. Great to see him get up. Let's go to Q for more.
NFL caliber person. This is a guy who cleans the plane after the team lands on their charters. He goes back in the plane and cleans it. He's the guy, he's the last one to leave the locker room to make sure the place is super clean. Unbelievable person, beloved by this program, a straight dog.
He is a guy who Chris Rogers just was effusive at his plays with his other linebacker. Unmatched toughness. I'm sure we'll see him back.
Yeah, two good ones. Big time run up the middle. Kiefer Sibley. Great burst. Javion White finally brought him down, but he picked up 13.
They ran right at his backup. Mekhi Williams comes in the game. Ran at him. Big gain.
North Texas with a little rhythm offensively. Another completion inside the 40 to Trey Williams, who has a touchdown catch today. And another first down.
North Texas offense is finding a little bit of rhythm on this drive. Popping some quick runs.
14-yard gain on the last play. Sibley again, this time brought down after a gain of close to 2. Meanwhile, Mestemaker breaching the 4,000-yard passing plateau with his yardage today. Well, you talk about a very impressive freshman, a guy, if you're just joining us, folks, never started a high school football game on varsity.
Didn't even do it on JV since 9th grade.
Blitz coming off the edge, and they got to Mestemaker. Back at the 42. And who else? Sam Howard. I think he's okay.
Unmatched toughness, a guy who had to have plates and screws put in his leg during the season to come back from that broken leg that you were talking about. Comes back in, gets the sack.
3rd and 13, Mestemaker right back with a completion to Trey Williams. And Williams pushed out of bounds by Chenchu. They're going to spot it at right around the 35, so we're looking at 4th and 7. Last time they went for it on 4th down, they scored a 59-yard touchdown.
And they bring the scorer of that touchdown, Miles Coleman, high school teammate of Drew Mestemaker, back in the game. Wyatt Young, their leading receivers to the top of your screen. Coleman, the touchdown scorer on the near hash.
4th and 7, Mestemaker delivers, caught to who else? His childhood buddy, Coleman, inside the 10. The connection lives on, as do the hopes of North Texas on the 26-yard catch and run.
What reads on 4th down by Drew Mestemaker to keep this team's hopes alive?
Up to the line of scrimmage quickly, the draw play. Gray still on his feet, touchdown Mean Green! And here they come. with lethal swiftness, they move it downfield in the end zone to make this game much more competitive and interesting.
Another 2-point conversion. Remember, they were down 18. You need at least one 2-point conversion for a field goal to be able to win it for you on your final possession if you're able to score 2 touchdowns.
Roddy, they went 88 yards in just under 3 minutes. Going for 2. Williams in motion. They run it and pick it up untouched. Gray makes it a 10-point game, a 2-score game.
And now with the touchdown, a field goal, you can tie it up. And it is incredible, the fight in this North Texas team. Able to shake off a tackler in the backfield, and hey, we got ourselves a ball game down late.
Sunday we'll have the exclusive reveal of the final college football playoff top 25 rankings in a 3-hour special. Reese and the crew breaking it down like a fraction from top to bottom, unveiling the matchups for the 12-team playoff. It all starts noon Eastern after Sunday NFL Countdown on ESPN and the ESPN app. And one of the 2 teams on the field here tonight will be in one of those brackets when it's revealed on Sunday. Smith from the 9. Cuts it back and is brought down to the 22. A little bit of action going on post whistle. Tell you what, when you consider what's on the line here tonight for both these schools, you understand the over exuberance at times.
Watch the acting job by number 17. Oh! I hope he's Mark.
That's a flopping foul.
I hope he will be okay.
Hey, urgent care right across the street.
Good job by the officials. Yeah. Not getting too quick with the flags. Just got a lot of guys fighting for it.
How does Tulane get its momentum back offensively? They seem to have stalled here.
Yeah, I think you go back to your offense. You run the ball. Maybe you get Jake Retzloff's legs and his running ability in as well.
Play fake, pressure off the edge. Got it out to Hayes. And Hayes limited to just a little bit of a gain, if at all, on that play. Well, North Texas scored on its opening drive, as did Tulane. But then Tulane responded with a 31-point answer. And then North Texas now with the last 2 touchdowns to bring them to within 10. 2nd and 9 coming up. Under 9 minutes to play.
Sorry, Mark. Jake Retzloff only 12 of 20 throwing the ball today, but Tulane 165 yards rushing.
They go with some 12 personnel, and Jamari McClure brought down by Trey Fields and Will Jones II, setting up 3rd down now for the Green Wave.
You're in a situation where you are likely throwing the ball. Honestly, the guy that's been most consistent tonight, or has been the biggest playmaker tonight for Tulane, has been Garrett Mamahat. He is not in the game currently. Texas is taking their time substituting.
7 on the play clock. It's under 5. Retzloff out of the shotgun. Surveys, pulls, almost picked, and right into Lewis Jr.'s arms. Wow! He's been working on his chip drill. Samaje Burrell had to go right through his hands for a 13-yard first down conversion.
Want to know what kind of day it's been for North Texas in one play? This is it. I mean, that was an interception, a potential pick 6 on a 3rd down that goes through the hands of Samaje Burrell right into the hands of a Tulane receiver, and Tulane converts.
A missed opportunity for the Mean Green. 1st down and 10. 5 on the play clock. They keep it on the ground with Gordon. And Gordon picks up a yard on the play. Burrell makes the tackle, but he'd love to have that last play back. and re-rack it.
You could see, though, Ethan Weslowski going up to him after the play and talking to him, likely trying to calm him down, telling him it's the next play, but he's still incensed at himself for not coming down with that interception. That would have been an absolute game changer.
2nd and 9 as a result. Reed in motion. Retzloff off the play action. Underneath. Incomplete, but a flag thrown. At the 45-yard line, Chaz Preston, the intended receiver on the play.
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty. First down.
This is exactly what Tulane wanted. It's up here in the top left. Trey Fields grabbing the back hip of Chaz Preston. It's just enough to draw the flag. This is exactly what Tulane needed, though. A drive that took some time, got a couple first downs.
A little over 6.5 to go. Between the tackles down to the 41-yard line is McClure. Tell you what, the ground game has been a big part of their success tonight. The Green Wave have rushed for 168 yards. Now up to 172 after that last carry. Clock running, approaching 6 minutes to go. And that was, going to the game, one of the weak spots of North Texas. Ranked 127th against the run. 5 on the play clock, and they finally snap it. Retzloff with a whole bunch of real estate and sprints out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Another first down. He'll let you know about it, too. Got 11 on that run.
Yes, he will. It's the in-man on the line of scrimmage that he's reading, Ethan Weslowski, who just crashes down. And everybody sells out to stop the running back. They haven't used Jake Retzloff in the zone read game much at all today. They pull it out at just the right time and convert another first down, and now it's desperation time for North Texas. You have to have a stop. You cannot let Tulane get another first down.
Hayes in motion. Retzloff hands it off to McClure. McClure moving the pile, still moving the pile. Ends up with about 8 yards. Some unrelenting, unyielding effort, resulting in 8 yards for Jamari McClure, the redshirt freshman out of Alabama, and slow to get up. With under 5 minutes to go, Tulane with its full complement of timeouts remaining. The winner of this game will move on to the college football playoff. As we take a look right now at our Nissan Heisman Watch.
Well, the two guys to the left of the screen square off tomorrow in a 1 versus 2 matchup in the Big Ten championship game. Could the winner of that game, the winning quarterback of that game, win the Heisman Trophy? Is it for the Heisman, or does the next guy over, Diego Pavia, who had an incredible finish to the season, does he continue his magical story with some hardware in New York? The guy I think should win, it's the guy on the far right, though.
Okay.
Jeremiah Love's been the best offensive player in the country all year long. He's been electric. He splits carries with Jadarian Price, an excellent back of his own right. If he didn't have another guy that was really good to split carries with, he might have 1,900 or 2,000 yards, because it would have meant more carries for Jeremiah Love. But Jamari McClure is the guy who's running the ball tonight. 119 yards rushing for the freshman, who has really emerged as the season has gone on.
Yeah, we came in talking about Caleb Hawkins of the Mean Green, but that guy right there has been the story. McClure with an outstanding day on the rush game.
And Mark, John Summerall told us yesterday, how you leave a place is just as important as how you got here. And he talked to us about the fact that before the season, he sat down with his team and talked about finishing. Didn't think they finished well last year with the loss in the American Conference Championship game. He told him, hey, look, guys, here's what's going to happen. If we have a good year, you guys are going to get offers. I'm going to get offers. There's going to be noise. Sure enough, they've had a great year. He's on his way to Florida after the season's over, but his team wants to finish.
Retzloff hands it off. And another first down run by Gordon this time as they continue to bleed out the clock. A gain of 5. And, you know, in this day and age of the transfer portal where you have to really get to know your teammates quickly, John Summerall had a great plan. He has something called the Break Bread Brother Program, where players are asked to sit next to a polar opposite player and then stand up in front of the team after a couple of hours and tell the story and the life of the football journey of said player they sat next to. And it's a good way for the team to get to know everybody and pull for each other. It's a lot easier when you know each other's story. Gordon on the ground picking up a few yards.
He's been an incredible builder of culture as Eric Morris will take his second time out. And his team, if they finish the way he wants them to, is going to end up with a trip to the college football playoff.
Welcome back, everyone, to Yulman Stadium. Hey, UFC 323 is tomorrow in Las Vegas with a stacked card highlighted by 2 title fights. The bantamweight and flyweight belts are on the line. The prelims begin at 8 Eastern with the main card at 10 Eastern on pay-per-view. Buy it at ESPN+.com/PPV. Mark Jones alongside Ronnie Jones, Quint Kesnick down on the field. John Summerall's Tulane Green Wave just 347 away from a berth potentially in the college football playoff. Should they hold on to win here? With control of the football at the 14-yard line. Jamari McClure in the backfield. 2nd and 7. McClure with 2 hands on that football as you see the UNT players trying to rip it out. And North Texas going to call a timeout.
Timeout, North Texas. That's their 3rd charge timeout of the half. It'll be 30 seconds.
If North Texas gets a stop here, Tulane kicks a field goal, you're still only down 13. Now, you don't have any timeouts. There will be somewhere around 2 minutes, a little under 3 minutes left. So there'll be 2 minutes, 40-something seconds, maybe a little under 3 minutes we'll go with left in the game. It's not completely over. You don't have time. You need an onside kick, likely as well, because you don't have time to stop the, or you can't stop the clock because of no timeouts. But this thing could get interesting with a stop here and a quick North Texas score. Eric Morris is certainly hoping for that opportunity.
Ball at the 13, 3rd and 6. McClure well over 100 yards rushing. They're going to line up in the I formation. You don't see that often in football much anymore. Retzloff hands it off to McClure. And he's going to pick up about 2 yards, but short of the first down. Sadiq Clements making the tackle. Let's see what they do here on 4th down.
John Summerall is going to take this thing down to about 1 second on the play clock. Probably call a timeout, but they're sitting the field goal unit on the field. Maybe save that timeout.
Yeah, Durkin going to try and attempt this one. Hit one earlier from 30 yards out. Missed from 50. And this will be his 3rd attempt of the night from 30 yards out. And the deficit for UNT is up to 13 with just under 3 minutes to play.
You know, one of the things that stood out about John Summerall in our meeting was how he was running. It seemed like he was running face first into the challenges of this week. It was in Gainesville on Sunday to be announced as the new head coach of the Florida Gators. said he was basically working on 2 recruiting classes and was really proud of the fact that they signed 18 players at Florida, signed 13 here at Tulane with guys that didn't know who their head coach was. Just gave incredible credit to his recruiting staff and told us, hey, I am having a blast working 2 jobs. He said, I might try and do this permanently. Was not going to do it permanently, but if his team's able to hold on this last 2 minutes and 51 seconds, he's going to be doing it a little bit longer, and Gainesville's going to have to wait just a tad longer to have John Summerall all to themselves.
He doesn't lack for energy. They boomed this out of the back of the end zone. Mean Green 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Drew Mestemaker, the freshman, has had an outstanding year. Went over 4,000 yards passing on the season, but right now facing a daunting, imposing task of trying to bring his team back. They trail by 13 with under 3 minutes to go, doing it without Caleb Hawkins, their leading running back on the season. He left the game in the first half. I haven't seen him since on the field. That pass complete to Miles Coleman. What a 59-yard touchdown catch and run in the 3rd quarter to help bring them closer. Picked up 15 there. Mestemaker has completed his last 6 in a row now. Make it 7. Out to the 47-yard line to Coleman again. No timeouts left for North Texas. Coleman got 6 there. Mestemaker drills it complete down to the 40-yard line. Coleman again. 3rd consecutive reception.
Now they've got to hurry to the line, see if you can get a snap off before the 2-minute timeout.
They're going to get one more play in, then get the benefit of the 2-minute timeout. That's Gray. At about 6. And we'll take a break as we hit that 2-minute timeout. 1:56 to play. 2nd and 3. North Texas trying to summon up a last gasp effort. North Texas on 2nd and 3. Ashton Gray with a powerful run, breaking a couple tackles, picks up the 1st down. They don't have any timeouts remaining. He got 10. 1st and 10 from the 24. Complete to Dorner, still on his feet. Dorner inside the 5, 1st and goal. With 1:39 to go, back quickly. They set the ball up at the line of scrimmage. Mestemaker hands it off, but they blow the play dead first. And there was a timeout called by Tulane, apparently.
Timeout, Tulane. That's their first. It'll be 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 39 seconds. 1:39.
Every second important, especially for North Texas right now.
Every second counts. Down by 13 points. This is, I like the timeout by John Summerall. You have to steady your defense a little bit, who's been on its heels. They were going to snap the ball anyway. You could say the snap of the ball was imminent. That word thrown out a lot over the last week or so.
Yeah, that in the letter CFP. Mestemaker, meanwhile, is connected on his last 9 passes. North Texas has actually outgained Tulane in total yardage. 1st and goal right now. Mestemaker hands it off. Nowhere to go for Ashton Gray. That by a group of tacklers there.
I don't know why you run the ball there. I mean, the clock is running. At least an incomplete pass stops the clock. I think you're trying to catch Tulane off guard, but I don't know that the risk is worth the reward. A lot of time going off the clock.
They are losing precious seconds because of that failed running play. Mestemaker pump fakes and then throws it away. Didn't have a man open. Wyatt Young was his closest receiver.
Well, he actually had Wyatt Young wide open in the back of the end zone. It just happened kind of late. Drew Mestemaker, we talked about the poise of his coming into this game. That's been shaken some today. And that time, didn't see his star receiver wide open in the back of the end zone. And now, I mean, the timeout was taken with 1:39. So, but because of the run play, 30 seconds off the clock, you got to score a touchdown or have an incompletion.
3rd and goal. Blitz coming. Mestemaker surveys. Pulls in the end zone, picked off. And that might do it. Jaheim Johnson.
Everyone covered down the field. Drew Mestemaker sees Trey Williams, just overthrows him right to Jaheim Johnson for the 3rd interception of the day. John Summerall absolutely loves it. Remember, Mark, his defense was on their heels. Calls the timeout, gets a negative play, an incompletion, and then an interception. Drew Mestemaker is distraught, obviously, and it appears the Eric Morris era at North Texas is going to end in a game where they were mistake-laden. The Neil Brown era will start tomorrow, but the John Summerall era at Tulane will certainly continue to the college football playoff.
It ends the regular season in a championship game victory in the American. And boy, when we spoke with Chris Rogers yesterday, the bilious taste, the bitter taste of defeat was still lingering from last year, losing in the conference championship game. He told us we never want to feel that way again, and they won't. They'll vanquish the team that scored the most points per game in entire college football this year. Tulane will win it 34-21 and move on to the college football playoff. A historic night here for the Green Wave. And a wave of fan descending on the field. Tulane forcing 5 turnovers and holding North Texas to the fewest points this season. Let's go downstairs to Q with Coach Summerall.
Coach Summerall, you just got doused 3 times by green Gatorade. What's it feel like?
Amazing. I'm so proud of our players. They finished the job. Conference champions. Man, it's a player-driven team. It's all about the players, man.
How did they do it, Coach? How did they keep this ship together with distractions looming?
Man, we got great leadership. Sam Howard, Bryce Bohannon, man, player leadership. Like, good teams can be coach-led. Great teams have to be player-led.
How would you describe the play of your quarterback, Jake Retzloff?
Man, gritty. He got lucky on the one. Should have been a reception. But, man, I'm so proud of him. Proud of our whole team.
What does this mean, Coach? What does this mean for Tulane football?
It means everything, man. This is a football school, all right? And this stretch that we're on, I'm so proud of this university. I'm grateful I get to be here right now.
You told us that how you leave a program is as important as how you enter. What type of statement did you and your team make tonight about how you leave?
We're going to finish the job. Our players, coaches, we're all going to finish the job.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hey, RMFW.
You can find those T-shirts in and around the Tulane campus. You heard the acronym. I'll let you figure it out. But for Coach Summerall, it's 4 years, 4 conference championship games, and victorious tonight to move on to the college football playoff. Retzlaff in their future. What a night here in New Orleans. And for Jake Retzlaff, who left BYU to come here to Tulane, only had 30-odd days to learn the playbook while he was taking 4 classes to become eligible, and this is what it looks like now for him.
And Mark, remember, BYU got off to that great start last year, looked poised to make the college football playoff last year. They weren't able to do it. Jake Retzlaff, the tumult in the offseason, being forced to transfer due to a looming suspension at BYU, comes here and makes the college football playoff. What a story for Jake Retzlaff, who is now 22-4 over the last 2 seasons as a starting quarterback.
And kissing off his regular season with a conference championship. They improved to 11-2. Q right there with Jake Retzlaff. Q?
Jake, congratulations. Spin around here to my big guy, B-Mac. You show up in July, and here you are in December with a league championship. What emotions are you dealing with?
It's been a heck of a year, a heck of a run. This team, I can't speak enough about the guys around me, man. To show up when I showed up and have these guys rally behind me, and they never had a doubt about it from game 1 all the way through. It's just been an unbelievable experience. Like, this team is one of one. This is a one-of-one ball team, and I'm just so proud of these guys, man. It's awesome.
When we talked to you this week, you mentioned the knee brace coming off, and there was a smile. Yeah, there's a smile again. What did that mean in terms of your mobility and your ability to run?
You saw it on that last long drive all the way down the red zone, man. I mean, to be able to pull that off the edge and get that first down, huge. It's what I do. Me and the running backs, we're a heck of a running back crew. Like, I'm one of them, they're one of me. So, man, we make our lives easier. It's fun to win football games.
How do you best describe your journey going back to California in high school?
Just relentless. Just never settled one day in my life. Stayed patient. It's taken a lot of patience, and I don't got very much patience, but I just stayed patient, never settled along the way. It's just being resilient. Resilient might be the word. It's just, I don't have a great other word than that, man. It's just been an unbelievable journey.
You've always kept moving forward. You're moving into the college football playoff. Was that even on your mind when you transferred here to Tulane?
We knew we were one of the best teams in the country. Like G5, whatever it is. We knew we'd go win a conference, we'll be in. So we knew that we were conference champs, and we knew what that meant. So, yeah, we had an idea.
How did Coach Summerall keep it together with all the distractions and his looming departure to Florida?
Listen, this team is unbelievable. The players that led this team. Bryce Bohannon, who you saw take the knee at the end when I handed him, he's the heart and soul of this team, man. He called us a team meeting on Sunday when the news broke, and we looked each other in the eyes and said, we're doing this for the guys in this room. We're going to go get this win, man. No matter what, this team will never be again, so might as well go out on top.
You know, that sweatshirt you wore in the meeting the other day, Coach Summerall gave us one of those on live TV, on national TV. Congratulations, Jake.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Mark, how you leave is just as important as how you go in. Those the words of that man right there, John Summerall, the head coach of Tulane. On a historic night here at Yulman Stadium as they'll move on to the college football playoff. What a game.
What a game indeed. And this is a Tulane team that will be in as either the conference champ number 4 or conference champ number 5. They'll worry about the matchup when the rankings are released. But both of these teams were dealing with situations where their starting quarterbacks from a year ago are playing in championship games, but playing in the ACC championship game. Chandler Morris transferring out from North Texas. Darian Mensah transferring out of Tulane. And for them to meet here, and for this Tulane team to lose Darian Mensah to Duke, to lose Mekhi Hughes to Oregon, to lose a number of players to the transfer portal that were important, John Summerall rebuilt it. And this was a team where it hasn't always been flashy, Mark, but 2 Power 4 wins during the regular season stamped them as one of the best teams in the country. and now winning the American gets them a berth to the college football playoff.
We saw them earlier this season in the non-conference portion of the schedule against the University of Mississippi down in Oxford, and they just continued to get better and better. But they were advantageous tonight. They took full opportunity of the turnovers when North Texas gave the ball up, and they converted them into points.
The fumble ended up in a touchdown. This one, unfortunate, hits off the back on the punt of a North Texas player. Recovered it in on a 4th and goal, inches away from the goal line. They were able to get in. And then this Chris Rogers interception looked like he might have been short of the goal line when the ball came out, but it was called a touchdown on the field. It was upheld upon review. Obviously the pick 6, and then Drew Mestemaker a little behind his receiver Wyatt Young, an interception in the end zone that could have changed the tenor of this game. North Texas had another play on the second to last drive that went through the hands of a linebacker. Could have been an interception, would have set them up well.
Yeah.
Too many miscues for North Texas, but man, what a performance by Tulane.
Yeah, those 21 points off turnovers loomed large for the Green Wave. Let's go downstairs to Quint again.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Roddy. Thank you, Brooks. And thanks to everybody here in attendance tonight in New Orleans. First of all, let's give a big round of applause for North Texas and Mean Green and the entire season that they were able to put together under Coach Eric Morris. With us tonight, Edward Shaw and Kathy Shaw of LLH Healthcare. They're the primary sponsors of the American Conference, and their generosity went a long way to this game tonight. And we're joined by the commissioner of the American Conference, Tim Pernetti. Tim's here to present the hardware. Tim.
So I want to congratulate Coach Morris and North Texas on a great season. And to Coach Summerall, I know we're all going to miss him, but he's not done yet. Yeah, let's go! Congratulations, New Orleans, to the 2025 American Conference champions, the Tulane Green Wave.
How do you best describe this moment, Coach?
I can't. I mean, I'm speechless. I love these guys. I'm so proud of this team. This is a player-driven team. I told them no coach changes how this team's going to go. This team's going to go because the players, man, I'm so proud of these guys. I love them. I'm speechless, to be quite honest.
What do you think made the difference within that game today?
I think takeaways, the turnovers we created, and then the run game. I think we were able to control the flow of the game by running the football. We got some critical turnovers, a couple of them in the red zone. Those were the biggest parts.
Congratulations. Our next trophy, we're going to give out a Most Outstanding Player trophy. The Mike Oresco Most Outstanding Player of this game goes to a defensive player, Jack Chinchu, defensive back, Tulane Green Wave. Jack, congratulations. What led to your success in this game?
I mean, we knew what they wanted to do. They were going to have to throw it. When the rain stopped, we knew that we were going to get their best, and that's what we wanted. We didn't want anything else. And I'd just like to say thank you to my teammates and all the coaches that we had here, and we got something brewing special.
What's special about this team, Jack?
Hey, it's a real brotherhood. Everyone can say they got family or whatever, but this is a real brotherhood. I'll do anything for these boys behind me.
When Coach says it's a player-led team, what does he mean by that?
You're not playing for the guys that's coaching, you playing for the guys that are beside you. That's really what it is. It's accountability. I can hold anybody accountable. Anybody can tell anybody to do something. You know, it just runs through the team, not through the coaches.
Congratulations, Jack. We want to thank LLH Healthcare, the Shaws, Tim Pernetti, our commissioner, Coach Summerall, and this terrific team from Tulane, the Green Wave. Back to you, Mark.
What a night under the lights here at Yulman Stadium. As this Tulane Green Wave team makes history, moving on to the college football playoff. We'll find out their matchup pretty soon. They were able to capitalize on several turnovers and convert them into points. Folks, your local news is coming up next over most of these ABC stations. As they say here in New Orleans, laissez le bon temps rouler, let the good times roll. For Roddy Jones, Quinn Kesenick, our entire crew behind the camera, you don't get a chance to see our Mark Jones. So long, folks, from New Orleans.